back. Phase 9, Phase 9! Getting this all settled in, nice and comfy. Taking a sip of my tea. Ready? Let's go. I really love giant robots. Phase 9 Exosphere Breaker. Simi Akiho's Tanagashima. Okay. Which one do you prefer? The white one or the red one? We were given a choice like this in Chaos Head Noah, right? So it kind of reminds me of. After some intense deliberation, I choose the red one. It was the first plastic model that my dad ever bought for me. The red one. Zaku's Ride Master Grade model. Of course, Big Sis chose the original gun bum. I was only 5 or 6 back then. Dad was going to buy one robot model for each Big Sis and me. But unlike my sister, I knew next to nothing about all the different kinds of robots back then. When Dad asked me if I wanted the white one or the red one, I said the red one on a whim. So Big Sis ended up with a white one, letting out a triumphant cry of, "Nicely done, Aki." The white one is the hero's mech and it's more popular and taller and looks cooler, but I didn't find that out until later. To me, they were both cool. I was just happy that Dad bought them for us at all. Also, I might try lowering my game capture volume a bit. So I think it might overpower my voice a bit. Game capture. Let's lower that to like 85? I'll go 80 and I'll see how this episode goes. Close. Okay. To me, they're both okay. To me, they're both cool. I was just happy that Dad bought them for us at all. It's almost certainly Dad's fault they ended up turning into the kindergartner that I was. When we got home, Dad built the plastic models for us. He figured that Mom would definitely complain if he bought them for himself, so he used his kids as an excuse. He looked thrilled as he put together Big Sis's gun bum and my Zaku. A few months later, us sisters had become hooked on playing with plastic models. We were obsessed with them, even though they weren't exactly girly. Every time we played together, it would always end the exact same way, since Sis would enforce her own made-up rules. The red one is super fast. I'm the best gunbum pilot there is. I'm the best of the best. I told you that you can't use your beam, Aki. Only gunbum can use a beam. Pew, haha, headshot. What? No fair. It totally is. You can move 3 times faster than I can. I want to win sometimes too. Nope. Listen, Aki. Justice always prevails. That's just fate. Never forget that. Justice always prevails. That's so cool. Okay, Big Sis. I'll never ever forget it. Well, it looks like Big Sis forgot that. The way Big Sis stood before me, white gun bum in hand, shining bright with triumphant light, was so incredibly cool. Also, I might try increasing the gain on my mic. Source. Yeah, give me a sec. That's 6.5 dB. Let's get up to 7. Close. Okay. Way big. Yeah, red lamp. This is how I learned about the rules of victory and the tragic beauty that was that person's, the pilot of the Red Machine's fall. I'd argue that those play sessions ultimately defined who I am today. It's where me, Big Sis, and our Robotics Club began. So hey, Big Sis. You better wait for me. I'm right on your tail. I open the curtains vigorously. The gentle sunlight of early spring pours into my room. I look upon the many plastic models and figures that decorate my room one by one. The very first Zaku and Gunbum that Dad bought for us that day are still safely stored here. Those small plastic models are where our journey began. And now, at long last, we finally achieved our dreams with our 8-meter-high giant robot. Alright, let's get going. For today's Gun Build 2's first test run. Saku. The sky is clear and blue. Fictional, a mass-produced enemy robot that appears in Mobile Jacket Gunbum. It comes in a multitude of variations such as generic mass-produced model, the ride model that moves 3 times faster, and several others. How many times have I read the sky is clear and blue? I feel like this isn't the first time. Oh my god, it's January 19th. Woo! Right, because this is after the Irie episode. The crisp winter weather isn't too bad. The exam takers should be face first in their entrance exam at Kagoshima University right about now. As for me, I ended up spending New Year's without having chosen my post-graduation career path. Post-grad unemployment is pretty much a given now. Needless to say, my parents really got on my ass about it at the end of the year. Surprisingly, once I go to Tokyo for the expo, I don't think I'd mind setting up camp over there. Things will work out even if I don't go to college. Nah, even I know I'm probably being naive. Hi, what are you daydreaming about? I don't think my choices matter here for getting the next section. Let me just do a quick rinse over the details to make sure I'm not throwing massively. I think, as far as I'm concerned. Kai, what are you daydreaming about? Right, I should probably read my Twippos. Oh, this one updated. Is there a birthday? 4/13/2001, blood type A, lives in Chimu, looks in Naganoshima, Minamatane, Kagame District, Prefecture, Tamagashima, High General Course. Year 3, Class 2, is that it? I don't know what changed. This is an article from a while back where I heard a little girl who was in a coma for 10 years was recently discovered. My delusions are running wild. What? I mean, if cold sleep becomes common, I could leave. Ugh. I'm not reading that. Come on, am I wrong? No. Lighting fast 9 hertz, pretty sure I'm just talking, I absolutely agree. Illegal. Can you blame me? No, guys, I'm not gonna read that. Just understand. That's just not something I can do. Dash. That's supposed to be, fucking, what's his name? Hidaka Itaru? Or something? What? Why would I ever lay my hands on? Wait, doesn't... that was deranged. Moving study to Expo opening, Got 2 by run, all from France, is the first one to arrive. We're gonna see Giant 2. I feel like I'm pronouncing this wrong. Is it Jaunt? Even if I'm wrong, I think Jaunt 2 sounds way better than the way I was saying it before. I'm deciding, hurry up and open the expo. It's literally a super robot war with no fighting at all. I mean, more than 10 robots are gathering to die by right. It's the first time in history. As a generation that watched mecha anime, I can't keep my cool. I want to see Prince X by Toyota. Don't be all jolly. The capital's still not fully back up from the solar storm. We shouldn't be doing expo right now. If we had money, it should be used for repairs. You're showing up pretty side by talking about Robot Expo and whatnot, but the number of homeless people in Tokyo is at its highest in history. How do you explain that, Mr. Governor? Highest in history? Like... Okay, I guess you're saying Tokyo history, not Japan history. There are more robots recently, right? Aqualiner's opening, but it's run by robots too. The number of robots are increasing, but at the same time, more robots are getting destroyed too. When I hear things like that, I picture Tokyo's peace and order getting worse. How's it doing? I live in the city, but it hasn't changed much. I feel that if it had been worse, the city would be at its end. It still has a calm look to it. There are still a lot of people out at night. Is it really okay to open the expo like this? We have an emergency meeting in the morning today. I'm so hyped right now. It's finally done. They really did it in such a short amount of time. Kids these days. It's been 8 years. My dream of being the first president of the club was fulfilled in my second year after being a supervisor. Help raise the current members. Way to go, first president. Well, I'm going to be late to the meeting. Am I reading this wrong? My dream of being the first president of the club was fulfilled in my second year after being a supervisor. I helped raise a current member. Okay. Less than a month till the expo. Everyone has to be there today. That's an order. Frau Bao too. But I refuse. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Hi, what are you daydreaming about? Akio comes up beside me and peeks at my face. Despite being in the same hot water as I am, Madam President over here is totally cool and collected. Or she's probably just not thinking about it. I'm guessing she's too focused on the robot to be worried about anything else. I was just thinking about how it's the perfect temperature outside today. So did you park your scooter? Yep, today's our first test run. So it's finally your time to shine, Kai. Good luck. You do realize I haven't seen Model 2 in its completed form yet, right? No worries, you'll get to see them as much as you want today. Looks aside, Gunbuild 1 doesn't even come close when it comes to performance. You're gonna get hyped too, Kai, I guarantee it. Akio is in a really good mood today. She's clearly confident how Model 2 turned out. Are we gonna have to deal with another huge crowd for the test run? Nope, not this time. Looks like Mr. Candy learned his lesson after what happened last time. He wants to reveal Gunbuild 2 to the public only after we confirm that it runs properly. She's just referring to the president of Space Candy, Mr. Fukada Sumio. Akio calls him Mr. Candy for short. Plus, I don't think anyone's willing to come all the way out to the edge of the island just to get a look. We arrive at the entrance of the building to find Juna and Frau waiting for us. Good morning. Juna nods her head, a troubled expression on her face. Frauda's clinging to Juna's leg. She looks as pale as a ghost. Kona-chan, are you feeling okay? She must have gotten car sick from Mr. Naga Fukada's driving. Juna points to Thunder Emperor parked near the gate. Michi's sitting in the driver's seat with the window open so that all May hears outrageous snores. I'm gonna puke. That shitty advisor and his reckless driving. Lol, wait, this is no laughing matter, bleh. Did I tell you that riding with Michi was effectively suicide? Frau got a taste of Michi's driving the very day she moved here. She really needs to hurry up and get a scooter license. Where's Subaru? Oh, he's already inside. I think he came an hour early. Holy moly. Pretty serious about this, I'm impressed. Kai, how about you learn a thing or two from him? Is that a request? Oh. Aka immediately realizes what I'm getting at, the expression on her face screaming, aw crap. In that case, you'll have to beat. Forget it. June, Frau Bao, let's move. Akio grabs Juno and Frau by the hands and pulls them inside the building. Boo, coward. Granted, she knows better than anyone how that would go. In that sense, she made the right choice. Actually, I wonder if Nyasan is here today. I'll have to get a set in if possible. Well, 2 isn't at the top of my list of priorities. I'll just leave Michi in the car. Whoa. As soon as I entered the building, I met with a blast of cool air and a completely finished giant robot. Ta-da! Say hello to the Gun Build Project Prototype Model 2. Gun Build 2 for sure. Whoa, this is nuts. It honestly feels like Model 2 just kind of popped out of nowhere since I had little to do with the construction. That being said, I did see the process unfold to a certain extent, I suppose. Assembly of Model 2 ramped up towards the end of last year. Its appearance practically oozes with the personality of its designer, Subaru. It definitely loses out to Model 1 in terms of charm and impact. The first thing that pops out is how slim the body is. I mean, just look at the legs, there are open spaces in the shins. A complete 180 from all of one's thick-ass legs. Plus, it's just overall feels more robotic, if that makes any sense. It lacks any kind of decorative additions, like it was assembled to only the most necessary parts. Basically, it looks like a robot for industrial use, not one you'd seen in an anime. It does have a head, but only so it can hold an omnidirectional camera and sensors. It has no face. Wait. What's the paper-looking thing attached to the head? It's like the model's too boorish, rectangular head is a piece of paper with something that looks like a face on it. It's a face, duh. Face? Come on, Kai, use your eyes. Also, it's not paper, it's cloth. That face is the modest symbol of my resistance. For whatever reason, Aka starts to pout. Subaru wouldn't agree to putting anything on the face like horns or eyes. I asked if we could at least stick a star up on his forehead. I mean, that star is basically Gunvorl's symbol. You get that, right? Nope, not at all. She should really be asking someone who's familiar with Gunvorl, aka not me. But he still said no. It looks pretty cheap. I know, right? The Model 1 was way worse. Akio glares at me, but I just let her eye lasers bounce right off of me. Sigh. Nobody's gonna think a face like that is cute. Who cares what they think? Super appears from the back room. The back rooms? Yeah. Walks over to us and bows his head in the most half-assed way possible. Good morning. So, still intend on engaging yet another unproductive debate? What debate? Whether to build a face or not? She harassed me about it for an entire day. Oh yeah, I feel you. Akichan's really particular about that type of thing. She went on and on about how a robot's face is the most important part or something. Total nonsense if you ask me. Besides, I've been saying from the beginning they should stop using Gunbrel as the base model. Why? I assume you know all about the scandal that occurred around the summer of last year. You must be well aware of how much Gunbrel is being scrutinized these days. Oh, that, huh? I'm not sure if it's a good idea to talk about the final episode of our Flower or not. The subject's pretty delicate. The contents of the leaked episode, as well as the reveal of 13 staff members, had mysteriously died, not to mention Kagori Minami's message. Gunbrel's scandal continues to be debated across the entire world. Subaru's not mistaken that this is the worst possible time to model an expo robot after Gunbrel. But I can't give up Gunbrel. I'm not budging on this. I knew Akio would say that. Besides, I don't have any other 3D models besides Gunbrel. Yes, I'm fully aware. That's why I understand there's nothing we can do about that. The robot space is not the most important part. Its performance and capabilities are. You're wrong, Subaru. Appearance is more important than performance, especially in the case of bipedal robots. Otherwise, there's no point to building them in such an inefficient form. Certainly a face is needed for communication purposes, but only after the robot itself is functional. Besides, there's no face during the design phase. You can't just bring this up at the very end. Plus, you look at Model 2 through Iruro, you can see Gunbrel in space just fine. Isn't that enough? But don't you think Model 2's cuteness levels are at an unacceptable low? Sure, Gunbuild 1 had really fat legs and wasn't very functional, but he at least had a sense of charm to him. That's why I'm saying a robot's face is so important. Hey, you think so too, don't you, June? He's probably not going to have an opinion on this. Oh, me? Trans Red Sun Q to speak. Way to put her on the spot. Yeah. Maybe? Maybe. Don't tell me you actually agree with the Prez Taitoku senpai. Well. Shuna fidgets for precisely looking up. I think, it should be cute too. That way, it's easier for people to get emotionally attached to it. Wow, not bad for an introvert, Shuna. I don't think she's ever expressed her opinion to Subaru so concisely before. What about you, Fugori? Well, you know her answer, but Subaru doesn't know why her answer is her answer. I don't care. Oh, okay, never mind. Unexpected. Well, Yashio Senpai? I prefer performance out of the two. Character performance is key if you want to reach the top of the leaderboard. Okay. Choosing a low tier character doesn't make you special or strong. It just makes you a masochist. Two votes each, one abstaining.
決着はつかず
Looks like a deadlock.
結
A
局のところ
deadlock?
この議論は設計
Why did I
思想
say
や
that?
ロ
That's
ボッ
not
トに
even.
対する捉え方
That's a
に対
completely
立軸が
different
行き
game.
着くんですよね
At the end of the day, this debate revolves around how each of us views robots and our ideals about
い
them.
や好み
Couldn't you just
同
say
じ
it's up to personal preference?
ですねそういう
Sure,
言い
if that's
方でも
one
い
way
い
of
です
putting it.
そしてそれは僕
Look,
が
this
ロ
is
ボ
a
部に入
debate
って
that's
か
been going on
Yeah.
ever since I
入
joined.
る前か
No,
ら
since
ずっと
before
や
I
り合って
even
いる
joined the
話で
Robotics Club.
おそらく今ここで
Arguing
話しても
about it
平行
now
線のまま
won't
で
get
終わる
us
でしょう
anywhere. He has a point. Neither of them plan to back down even the slightest
顔の
bit.
件はあれだけ話し合って決着
We
は一度
discussed
つ
the
いたんで
face
す
and came to an agreement early on. He'll have to make do with that.
僕だって不本
I
意ながらも妥
compromised
協案を出
even
した
though
じ
I
ゃないです
didn't
か
wish to. That face cloth is supposed to be a
と
compromise.
いうかあそこまで完
Besides,
膚
I've
なきまで
dismantled
論
your
破したの
arguments
に
time and time again.
部長はよく証拠りもなく
How
僕
can
に
you
反
still
論できま
disagree
す
with me
ね
in spite of this press?
少しは僕の考えについて
Can you even
理
form
性
a
的な
single
反撃が
logical
できるんで
argument
すか
against my
できるな
position?
ら聞きますが
So I'm all ears. You big jerk.
なんで俺に
What? Hey, don't take it out on me. She messed up my hair again. Why did she attack Subaru? I had absolutely nothing to do with any of this.
反論はできないから起動テストを始めよ
I
う
don't have a rebuttal, so let's get this test started.
分かってもらえてよかったです
Glad you understand.
いつかスバルをコテンパンに
One day I'm gonna argue your face in so hard they're gonna burst into tears. Oh my god. I don't see that happening in our lifetime.
では起動テストについ
Now
ての
that's
注意点を僕
settled. Let me begin by going over the important points of the test.
その前に
Before that, Trina timidly raises her
まだ
hand.
天王寺さんが
Tanoji-san
来てない
isn't
けど
here yet.
始めちゃって
Is it okay
も
to start
いい
without
のかな
her? Nai-san isn't the only one absent. Nobody from JAXA is present, actually.
そういえばそうだね
You're right.
珍しいな
That's odd.
いつもなら集合
Usually
時間より
she's
早
here
めに来てる
before
のが
the
普通なんだ
meeting time.
まあでも諸注意とあと操
I
縦
guess
方
we
法
could
の
go over the
説明ぐら
various
いはしておいて
precautions
も
and the
大丈夫でし
operational
ょ
instructions.
今日の起動テスト主
Kai
役
and
は
June
カイ
are
とジュン
today's
だからね
stars.
操縦
Both
方
of you
法
make sure
ち
to
ゃんと覚え
memorize
て
the
ね
controls. Controls, huh? If this were a match, it'd be the most important thing to remember if I wanted to win.
では改めて説明します
Alright, let me begin.
オペレーター
The
サブオペ
operator, sub-operator, and
および駆動システ
person
ム担当者
responsible
は
for the
きちん
drive
と聞いて
system
お
in
いてください
particular should pay close attention.
フルゴーリ
I'm talking
君の
to
こと
you
だ
for
ちゃんと
Gory.
聞いてくれ
Listen up.
だが断る
But I refuse.
こと
You what?
そんなわけで
Never
続きを
mind.
どうぞ
Please continue. Ahem.
ここまではほぼ僕と部
President
長
and I
だ
have
けが
basically
働いて
been
いたよう
doing
なも
all
の
the
ですが
work until now.
今日からは
So
バ
I'm
トンを渡
passing
し
the
ます
baton to you guys.
明日以降は万
Starting
博への搬
tomorrow
送に入るまで
and
およ
running
そ
through
1ヶ
the
月
month leading
3
up
人
to
にたっぷり
shipping
とセッ
day,
ティングを詰めてい
you'll
くんです
configure the settings.
きっちり仕上げないと万
If
博
you
で
guys
グラ
don't
ン
get
プリ
things
もら
nice
え
and
ないと
precise, there'll be no Grand Prix at the expo.
おっす
はいはい
Yeah, whatever.
だが断る
But I refuse.
もうそれはいいから
Enough of that
処分
sad face. Child lowers her shoulders. I'll just leave her be.
頑張れる試作2号機の特
What
徴と
sets
しては
Gunroll Prototype Model 2 apart from the rest of the pack are... Siri pauses for a second and quickly glances around the room.
モノポールモータ
The
ー
monopole motors. I can't believe we actually agreed to go public with these. That's insane.
これを使っているのが
The
最大
fact
の
that
特
it
徴です
utilizes them as its greatest unique
この電
characteristic.
動式モーターを採用したことで
By using them,
1号機
Model
とは比
2
べ
has
物に
much
ならない
higher
ほど高い
mobility
運動性を実
than
現しました
Model 1.
1号機と同じ感
If
覚
you
で操縦
operate
す
with
る
the
と
same
あま
mindset
り
you
の
had
動き
with
の
Model
速さに
1,
驚く
you'll
と
be
思います
surprised by how fast it is.
駆動システムについては僕の
As
M45
far
で
as
使
the
ってい
drive
た姿
system
勢
is
制御ソフ
concerned,
トを
Bit
フルゴー
4
ル
Gory
に改造し
modify
てもらいました
M45's posture control software.
端的に言うとリアル
Getting
タイム
straight
で
to
の
the
3次元
point,
スキャニング
it's a
と
positioning
医療の
and
ストリートビューイン
posture
グ機能
control
とを
system
連
that
動さ
syncs
せた
3D
位置
scanning,
測定
and you got
姿
real
勢
street
制御
view
機能
tech
です
in
ね
real time. According to Subaru's explanation, here's the basic rundown. Model 2 is equipped with 3D scanners on both shoulders. By scanning its surroundings, the AI automatically controls the robot's posture. Not only that, but apparently it's synced up with the Iruo Street View app. The photos that users all over the world upload onto Iruo are taken with the 3D camera installed on Pokecoms. Basically, though it may be artificial, the Iruo Street View app is digitized in 3D. By referencing this data, Model 2 can more precisely identify the terrain.
画期的なのは
What makes this groundbreaking is that
入力されたコマンドに対して
once
AI が
a
未来
command
予
is
測を
input, the AI
あらかじ
predicts
め
the
オペレーターにそ
future
の
and
予測結
displays
果を
its
提示してくれ
findings
るということ
for the operator. Wow, that's some heavy tech. Like, I don't even... What is this, the year 2019? I don't think we even have that in controllers yet, and I think that's something we want to do with, like, cloud gaming.
これにより危険な動きに
With
つな
this,
が
the
りそうな時
operator will
は
have time to
事前
bring
に
Model
緊急
2 to
停
the
止する余
emergency
裕が生ま
stop
れ
should
るん
any
です
problems arise.
大した動作はできない試作2号機においては宝の持ち腐れか
It
も
would
しれ
seem
ま
like
せん、ね、
overkill, since prototype Model 2 is limited in its movement, but I digress.
いずれにせよ遠隔操
This
縦の
combined
お
with
か
its
げで
remote
安全性は
operation
かなり
means
上が
that
って
Model
ま
2
す
is extremely safe. I mean, up until this point, well, I guess Furiguri was involved with the programming and the mocap. Well, the mocap for sure, but did she actually program all of that? Like, the predicting thing? Like, I know Subaru can program, but I don't know how good he is at that.
1号機よりずっと安全ですよ
Much safer than Model 1, that's for sure. You know, it really impresses me how much this entire game has, like, completely mirrored my robotics experience when I was doing this stuff. So it's kind of... yeah, like, there was definitely a guy that was basically like Subaru. And then they're always like, safety first, safety first. So yeah. I'm extremely grateful to Subaru for that. Back when I piloted Model 1, I thought I was going to piss myself in terror.
それでこの試作2号機を動かす
There
上
are
で
two operations
必要な
required to
操
make
作が2つあ
prototype
ります
Model 2 move.
一つはコマンド入力
One is the command
これは
input. We
フルゴールの
implemented
作ったキルバラシス
Furiguri's
テムを
pill
導入
ballad
しました
system.
操縦感覚は
This should
八
feel
尾先輩が
identical
ロ
to
ボ
how
アンで使
Yashio
った
Senpai
種子
controlled
マシンとほぼ
Tanagashi
同じで
machine
す
at Robo 1.
種子島新
Tanagashi
はい
machine 3 custom. Subaru completely ignores Akio's nitpicking.
あらかじめ登録しておいたコ
Model
マン
2 will
ドに
only
対応した
execute
動作の
movements
み
that
をロボ
correspond
2
to
号機が実行し
pre-registered
ます
command inputs.
なので自由に好き勝手な動
In
き
other
をさ
words,
せられ
you
るわ
can't
けじゃ
just
ありま
move
せん
it freely.
今のところ
So
登録され
far,
ているコマンド
the
は基
only
本動作
registered
が3つ
commands are 3
特殊
basic
動作の
moves
一つ
and
だけ
one
です
special move.
これはセッティング
Feel
の
free
段
to
階で
increase
必
this
要に
number
応
as
じて
much
増や
as
してい
find
ってください
necessary during the settings
ちなみ
phase.
にコマンドはキルバ
By
ラ
the way,
や
the
種子
command
マシン
inputs
よ
are
り
more difficult
難
than
易度を上げ
KBs,
てい
the
ます
ones programmed into Tanagashima machine. The only registered- Why are they more
これ
difficult?
は安全性を考
This
え
is
て
done for safety purposes.
これだけの大きさだと
At this
事故が
size,
起きた
any
時
kind
に
of
大惨事
accident
にな
could
りかねませ
potentially
んから
result in total disaster. I see, so you don't want to just like graze a button and then the robot just swings its arm, right? So there's like the multiple inputs is sort of like a failsafe. Except normally, okay, it's good to have a programming like safety measure, but you also want a mechanical safety measure, but I guess that they forewent that. They're gonna forego that rather.
うっかり誤入力してしま
This
うの
is
を
designed to
避け
prevent
る狙いがあり
accidents
ます
caused by misinputs.
でコマンド入力とは別
Outside the
に
command
1号
inputs,
機に
there's
は
one
なか
other
った操
control
作
system
が
in
2号機に
place that
必要
didn't
でした
exist in Model 1.
それがあそこに
That's
置い
the
てある
laser
レーザー
gun
チューザ
mount
ー
you see over there. He agreed to that? Subaru, of all people, agreed to this? But he didn't agree on a fucking face or a star? I guess they said, like, the laser is what powers it, right? You shoot the laser into the back of the robot. Sitting by the base Model 2 spot is what looks like a missile launch pad, some kind of gun emplacement. A cylindrical device about 2 meters long is being supported by a pedestal. the end of the device is a handle and a set of buttons. It's connected to a large generator via a thick cord. What the hell is this thing?
レーザ光送電装置で
It's
す
a laser beam,
毒の趣味のせ
electricity
いで
transmission
こんな物
device.
騒なデザインに
You
な
can
って
thank
しまい
Doc
まし
for
た
the odd design. Okay, is it a laser beam or is it an electricity transmission device? Like aren't those different? The electricity is like flowing electrons, and a laser is like hot gas or plasma, right? Or light, I suppose. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. The light isn't electricity. Well, it's electromagnetic wave. But that's different, because like one's literally just like radiation and the other is like electrical work. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm overthinking it, or maybe I just have like Dunning-Kruger effect, and actually I'm the one that doesn't get it. But whatever. Don't let that get in the way of a good story, I guess.
これを2号機のパ
By
ラボラア
firing
ンテ
this
ナ
toward
で照
Model
射する
2's
ことで
parabolic
電力を
antenna,
送ります
we can power the robot. And I'm assuming it's parabolic so you don't miss, right? It's to aim it towards wherever it's powered.
今後2号機の操縦と送電について
Yashio
は
Senpai Daitoki
ヤシオ
Senpai will
先輩と
take
大徳
turns
先輩
operating
2
Model
人のオペ
2
レーターで交
and
互に担当して
operating
くだ
the
さい
laser beam. Wow, you're just gonna have 2 high schoolers control the laser beam. And that's your fucking crosshair? Jesus. So much for safety. Oh, I programmed it, so if you press a button by accident, it won't kill people, but, death laser. Okay. As soon as he finishes speaking, Juno's expression clearly stiffens.
注意点としては人に向けてはいけないということです
Please take great care not to aim the laser at another human. Well, I think we can already tell how this is gonna go. Yeah, we all heard about the dangers of that thing when we decided on how to power Model 2. Yeah, it's Chekhov's death laser. Apparently it doesn't take much to kill someone with... Are you serious? Oh my god. Like, there's no screening before you're allowed into the expo? Like, they don't have to look at it first and be like, this violates some sort of safety convention. Oh my lord. So needless to say, neither myself nor Juno wants that kind of responsibility.
あの私
I could never
怖いの
operate something
操作
so scary.
これも
Likewise, it's powerful enough to kill someone, right? Why would anyone in their right mind allow some uncertified high schoolers to use something like that? Exactly! The story is fucking aware of what it's doing. How are they gonna play this off?
ああその点は大丈
Worry
夫
not.
ちゃんとね
We had a
安全装
safety
置をつ
device
けてもらった
installed
の
into it. Say
ガッ
more.
ツ2のパラボラアンテナに
It's designed so that only fires when the crosshairs are aimed at Gunville 2's parabolic antenna. Okay. I suppose that's a step. I'll give credit.
ちょっとでも照準が外れた
If
ら
it goes off target at all, the laser will
あ
automatically shut off.
と本番ではこの中座を
Plus, we plan to make a
も
more
っと小さな
compact gun
変更する
emplacement
予
for the
定
actual demo.
お父さんの知り合いのメー
The
カーさんにね
manufacturer that my dad knows is building a prototype for us right now, so hang tight. I notice this is a bit of a trend in stories where you sort of have like, what's it? Like Deus Ex Machina, but it's like the rich kid of the group. Like in Persona 3 Reload, it was I don't know, Mitsuru didn't really like, oh, my billionaire dad did this for us. I suppose I don't think that happened, but like it is what's kind of going on here, right? Like it's just Deus Ex Machina. oh, my dad got this for us because he works at JAXA. It's like, huh, cool. That should make it harder for accidents to happen. Juna's size and very evident relief.
もちろん稼働
And
時には
JAXA personnel will be present when we use it,
納得してもらうつもり
of course. Why don't the JAXA personnel do it? Why don't we start there?
ちょっとでも危険だって判断
I've already
したら
asked them to stop
止めてもらうよ
us
うに
if it
お願い
feels
してあ
even
る
a
よ
little bit dangerous. Oh, then you're gonna get stopped right away because they're not being honest with you then.
ただレーザー
One
構造
problem
では
though.
ね
The laser needs to be transmitting constantly since the output level is low. Otherwise, the robot will shut down. Gunbuild 2 is going to be moving around all over the place during the demo, right? You guys have to keep the laser trained on the antenna even when it's moving around. We have no fix for that, sadly. Practice makes perfect. I'm sure you'll be fine since you play lots of video games, Kai. I don't know about that. Having good aim is key to doing well in first-person shooters. A kill battle is a fighting game. That genre is completely different.
でもレーザー銃座の操作は
Regardless, I suppose I am more suited to be the laser operator.
そう
Yeah,
いう
you're
こと
good
な
at
ら
standing.
メインオペレーター
Like,
は
didn't
順
you
調
play against, like, what was it, Takasov for like 2 days, 3 days straight? Like, there's no way you're gonna get tired holding it there for like 2 hours. In which case, you should be the main operator, Jun-chan. What the fuck are you thinking, Kaito? That way I can focus on the laser and Jun can focus on moving Wild 2 around. Oh, okay, she operates the robot. I'm happy just being the sub-operator. So, like, why doesn't Akiho or Subaru operate the robot? Why jump to Juna right away? Juna hesitantly shakes her head back and forth.
だってさっきレーザー銃座には
You
あからさまに
clearly
拒否反応を見せてたじゃ
Don't
ん
want to operate the laser, right? Okay, so you picked up on that.
それは危険かもって
That's only because
思っ
I
たからで
thought it'd be
説明
dangerous.
聞いたら安全そう
It
だ
sounds
し
a lot safer now.
ジュンがメインオペレータ
I
ー
think
な
Mr.
ら
Candy would prefer it if you
じゃない
operated Model 2. Oh yeah, that's right. He's been fond of Juna since the Model 1 days. He might even give us more money if Juna steps up to the plate as the main operator.
うん本当に私は
No, really, I'm fine as a sub.
操縦は
Someone skilled like Yashio-kun should
上手な人が
control the robot.
2号機はホビーロボット
Model
はわけ
2 is
が違
nothing
いま
like
す
a hobby robot.
技術は一切求められない
It doesn't require
誰でも
skill
操
to
縦できる
operate.
とも言います
Anyone could do it.
必要な時に必
All
要
you
な
have
コ
to
マ
do
ン
is
ドを入
input
力
the
さえすれば
necessary commands at the correct time. Yeah, that kind of sounds like something Kaito should do.
ある意味客寄せパンダです
You're basically just there
2
to
号機の
draw
オ
in
ペレーターには
customers.
それ以上の役割は
There's nothing more to it. Four Eyes, you could at least try to be a little thoughtful of how you word things. He basically just told Juna that she brings nothing to the table and can be easily replaced. I mean... That's kind of like... Isn't that kind of what she wants right now? Just to not have so much pressure on her to not fuck up?
少なくとも
If nothing else, compared to a cocky guy with a big mouth. Is that supposed to be me? Or is he talking about
小
himself?
柄で小動物的な女子の
Petite
方が
woodland creature-esque girl will probably attract more spectators.
スーバルそれじゃ褒めてる
Subaru, are you
話してるのか
complimenting
わ
her
かん
or
ないよ
insulting her?
せめてジュンは可愛い
Why
から
can't you just say that June is suited to be the main
メインオペレーターに
operator because she's cute?
言えるわけないで
I
しょ
couldn't possibly say that.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry. Why is she not apologizing?
とにかく
Anyway,
私としては
personally,
ヤシオくんと
I'd like to work with Yashio-kun
一緒に
and do our
頑張っていき
best
たいなって
together.
いきなりメインに抜擢されて
I just don't feel up to the task.
ちゃうって
So,
というわけでこのまま
I think I'll just stick to being the sub.
純ちゃんがそこまで言うなら
Well, if you insist, Jun-chan, I guess I've got no choice. And so ends my master plan to push all the responsibility onto her. Man, Juna really is nothing but earnest, huh?
じゃあこれまで通り
Alright, so Kai remains our main operator, Juna serving as the sub-operator. Nothing has changed.
二人とも操縦方法と
Guys, be sure to master both the command inputs and the laser gun emplacement. Master? But here we were saying that it was as easy as doing nothing.
っていうかオペレーター二人
In
だけ
fact,
じゃなく
maybe
て
all of us should
部員
learn
は
how to
全員覚え
operate
た方
both,
がいいかも
not just Kai and Jun. We should avoid a situation where all two doesn't work because one of us is out for the count.
すみませんお待た
So
せしちゃっ
sorry
て
for being late. So that Nai-san finally shows up. Also, wait, it changed. What changed? Is there a birthday? Is that the thing? Yeah, I think it's just because I... Whoa. Oh, we got a message, but it didn't tell us there was a message. Oh, I'm gonna be late to the meeting. So then Naya-san finally shows up. She apologetically lowers her head time and time again.
まあちょっと会議が長引い
Our
ちゃい
meeting
ました
lasted longer than I expected.
会議日曜日なの
Meeting?
に
On a Sunday?
まあ
Yeah. Or is it just me or is she trying to avoid talking about it?
それより起動テストもう
Anyhow,
始めるん
you're
ですよ
starting
ね
to test run, right?
春中さんもすぐ来ますから
Runika-san
サクサクと
will be
準
here
備しちゃい
soon,
まし
so
ょう
let's get to it.
ファイトおー
Go team, go! Look at that spin. That's crazy. Naya-san shoots her fist into the air. She's just as excited as Akio is today.
それじゃあ
Then I guess Frau can explain
操縦方
the
法を説明しても
control
らおうか
scheme
な
next. She ain't gonna do shit, dog. Crossing by the wall. When called, she sluggishly rises to her feet. She looks a little better, maybe?
キルバラと同じって前から何度も言っ
I
てたっし
keep
ょ
telling you it's the same as Kill Ballad Noob, shaking my head.
それは分かってるけど
We know that, but it's not exactly the same, right?
そうは言うがな
Maybe so, Colonel. But
説明
Colonel?
も何も
Okay, here, I'll pass around the command list. She had that shit printed up. She was on top of it. So this is for you, Yasha-senpai. Froggy's... Her head lowered. Sneaks a small piece of paper into my hand. Why is she pretending this is some kind of secret? Piece of paper, 5 different commands. Advance, strafe, 90-degree turn, crouch, pose, strafe? Also, if you do the 90-degree turn, how are you gonna power the robot? Did anyone think of this? Am I crazy? Or if you... How fast is the crouch? Like, Jesus. It's so easy to miss with a laser. As Super mentioned earlier, all of the commands require at least 3 button inputs. The controls are annoyingly precise and feel like one you'd find on character design for pro players. It'll take some practice, but as long as you get the timing down, I should be fine. It should be a piece of cake compared to KB. The only exception is the crouch command. This one requires 2 inputs. I quickly memorized the commands and passed the list to Juna. Can't we memorize that without even, like... I suppose. So one that says pose is a performance we'll be doing at the expo. By inputting this command, Model 2 will perform a set of moves in one go. It lasts for about 20 seconds. Apparently Juna's mocap performance has already been programmed into the system. Frau, you're still adjusting the number 1 pulverizer, right? Frau nods. Also, that's a crazy braid. Not really, I don't know. Kinda? Well, she has her hair tied back using braids. That's nuts. We're planning on adding one more pose for performance. But we're waiting on Frau to finish making adjustments. I intend to keep adding more moves and the like over the course of the expo.
ちなみに指
By
と
the
か
way,
動かす予
we
定は
don't
今の
intend
と
on
ころあり
giving
ま
it
せんから
movable fingers.
物をつかめるようには作ってありませ
Though
ん
it can grab things. So is it like a claw? As opposed to like, you know what I mean?
無駄機能だね
Sounds useless.
今後のアップデートの余
Let's
地
just
が
say there's room for improvement in future updates.
一昨日ぐらいにみんなのポケモンに
Remember I
キルバ
told
ラ
you all
シス
to
テムを
download the
ダウンロード
KV
しても
system
らった
after
よ
your
ね
Pokecoms
ち
the
ゃん
other
と落と
day?
した？
Are we all set there? Frau messaged me about the day before yesterday. I've already downloaded it.
それ起動さ
If
せ
you
る
boot that up,
スカスカ
you'll
頑張れる
connect
目
to
とつなが
Slender
る
Gunviral's eyes.
スカスカ頑張れ
Slender Gunviral?
前のは寸胴
Yep.
頑張れる
The last one was Stumpy
スカスカ
Gunviral.
頑張れる
This one is Slender Gunviral. Her naming sense leaves something to be desired.
ちなみにキルバラシステ
Oh,
ム
and if everybody boots up the
みんなが
KV
一緒に
system
立ち上げ
around
ると同時接続
same
可
time,
能な件
everyone can connect.
ただコント
But
ロール
only
可
the
能なのは
first person
最初
to
に接
connect
続した一人だ
and
け
take control.
コントロールを他
If you
の
want
人
to
に
pass
預
the
けたい時
controls to another person,
ログアウト
you
する
just have to log out once. Huh, why do I get the feeling this might be an issue later?
そしたら2番目に接続した
Then
人
the
に
person who
コン
connected
トロールを移る
will be given control. Second person connected will be given control. Is our bot gonna get hacked perchance?
自動検出
Auto detection?
イグザクトリー
Exactly.
その通りでござ
That
い
is
ます
indeed correct. Despite making endless excuses, Frau really came through for us with an impressive system. About what I expect from a genius programmer.
じゃあロボに動きを動かす
So can I move it now?
まだです
Not yet.
今は天井クレーンから吊る
Still
されている
hanging
状態な
from
の
the
で
crane.
試作2号機は自立は
Prototype
できない
Model 2
んです
can't stand on its own.
ホビーロボと同じですよ電
Just
源
like
を
a
入れ
hobby
て初めて
robot, it needs to be powered on in order for each motor to activate.
そこでやっと自
Only
立で
then
き
can it stand. When it's not turned on, it doesn't have the necessary power to keep itself standing, just like a newborn baby. Can't stand without power? Oh, it's hanging from a crate, okay. So, that's... Huh. You don't have, like a servo? These aren't servos, they're motors? Wait. That's freaky. Yeah, what the fuck? They're not using servos. Without power, the joints and the legs can't withstand its own weight. They'd be crushed flat under it all. What? So basically what you're doing is you have power going into the motors, which puts a torque out. And that torque is what keeps the limbs rigid. Otherwise it just flops. Which means you're gonna brown out your fucking motors. Because that's just electricity going in, no torque is... Well, I guess, it's like... Yeah, you're just gonna get brown out, dude. Ugh. Supplying power gives the robot just enough juice to keep itself standing upright. This is such a horrid design. Electrical power will be supplied to the robot via laser to its parabolic antenna. Said antenna is on Model 2's back. Its back is currently against the wall, so it can't receive power. In order to power it up, the Model 2 has to be moved to the center of the building by the ceiling. Sip of my tea. Okay. Center of the building by the ceiling crane. According to Subaru's explanation, Gunbill 2 executes the crouch command automatically upon shutting down. He also informs us that whenever we finish operating it, we always have to end it in the crouch state or else it'll topple over and we'd have problems. This is such a dumbass fucking design. I'm sorry. Subaru, you were not cooking.
では準備を始めましょう。
Alright, let's go to work. I can't wait to see Gun Build 2 in motion. Nice-san calls out to us with a huge smile on her face. She might be the most excited person in the room. Even I'm getting amped up somehow. You know, okay. So the way this visual novel has been written gives me the impression that these people actually have been the writers actually have been part of a robotics club before. Like, there are a lot of aspects to it that that were really well captured. So they must know what a servo is. But they didn't choose to go that direction, which leads me to believe they chose motors for a very specific plot-driven reason. I get the feeling we're gonna lose power to our robot, and it's gonna flop over, and bad things are gonna happen. That's my guess. Okay, even I'm getting amped up somehow. As per usual, Harunika-san operates the ceiling crane and pulls Model 2 to the center of the room. I'm on support duty for Juna, who is currently in charge of the laser gun. I'm surprised those little things are able to hold up the robot without bending. Juna holds the grip at the end of the gun and presses the irradiation button. At that point, the device still does nothing. Looks like the safety mechanism is working properly. Right next to us is a power generator about the size of a light motor vehicle running at full capacity. This outputs a large amount of energy. The merit of wireless electricity transmission is that this thing doesn't have to be loaded into the robot's body. Model 2 is built specifically to perform at the expo, so the generator doesn't need to be able to move around. And so while we end up having to use this annoying laser transmission system, the robot also loses a dramatic amount of weight. In regard to the laser gun, it has proper iron sights, much like a real gun. I can tell Juna to aim down the sights and point the tip towards a parabolic antenna on Model 2. Juna moves as told and aligns the iron sights with the antenna. A visible red laser beam immediately silently fires out of the gun. Wow, that's amazing. Don't even touch that, our skin melt right off. That's not what I wanted to hear. We'll definitely be keeping my distance. This beam hits the dish of the parabolic antenna and gathers in one place through the condensing lens. The battery has begun charging. It should be able to move. Subaru, let Gun Build 2 down! Subaru asks Harunika-san to operate the crane and Model 2's dangling feet are slowly lowered to the ground. Alright, I'm turning Gun Build 2 on. The most tense part of the test is here. The only person in our audience is Nae-san. JAXA workers who advised us Mr. Set and Mia aren't here for some reason. We asked Doc to come, but he said he was busy developing some new equipment or something. Mitchie is asleep in the car parked outside. Mr. Candy isn't here either. We didn't advertise this to the public, so nobody's here to watch us go down. Which means that right now, it's just the 5 Robotics Club members, Nae-san, Harunika-san, and the crane, 7 people total. Akio looks far more composed than she did during the Model 1 test. Juna, once terrified of robots, is firmly gripping the laser gun, holding her breath and watching Model 2 attentively. Even our resident shut-in Frau is present and accounted for. Despite the tough situation with his dad, Subaru is here nonetheless, albeit in secret. 4 months have passed since the summer came and went. The robotics have finally grown a little. Subaru, Frau, and Juna freely made use of their strength or cooperated with them. 5 of us, although I didn't really do anything, built this new giant robot and are trying to breathe life into it. Akio shoves her hand into her skirt pocket and reverently pulls out a switch that fits in the palm of her hand. On the black rectangular box is a round red button, nice and simple. Is that the activation switch for Model 2? We could have used cloud computing to manage the drive system. Not only would we have been able to control Model 2 from a Pokécom, we'd be able to turn the power on and off as well. However, after the incident in Tokyo with the Roboratory Industries, Sprout wanted to avoid that. Cloud computing. That's the reason why the power switch is this clunky, unimpressive button. Oh wow, okay, so at least we know we probably won't get hacked. So that's not the direction the story will go. But it might flop over. I have next to no idea how it works though. In terms of creating a sense of mystique, it might actually be just right. Nice on. Please make the final call. Okay, the activation test is a go. Nice-on seems really into this. After hearing her response, Akko looks at me and nods firmly. Gun build project. Prototype Model 2. Power on. Liftoff. With her declaration, Akko forcefully pushes the button in her hand. All of the motors of Model 2 begin creaking to life as the drive starts off. Also, maybe get to a safer position. Kind of like a sleepy old man waking up and slowly standing up to attention. I suppose that's not just limited to old dudes. The 3D scanners on the robot's shoulders shoot narrow laser beams at the wall and floor. Can those lasers kill people? Nah. They're just infrared lasers. Slender gun girl has activated. OS operating at normal capacity. Laser scanners loading surrounding map data. Scan in progress. Prowl's apparently receiving telemetry data. She looks at her Pokécom and reads out the information. But battery charge at 0.5%. If you stop sending power, Slender Gun Girl will cease functioning immediately. That's always how it works. I thought you guys wanted to cut down on the weight, but you end up putting batteries on it anyway. Oh wait, doesn't that mean this job is really important? Also, you guys should not be standing in front of the robot where the laser is also like coming at in your general direction. Like, you should be behind the laser, okay? That is what the safest possible position you could be in. Whatever. I guess there's no adults here, so no one's gonna tell them that. But I thought Subaru would say something. But does that mean this job's really important? Probably senpai. But make sure you aim straight. However, all systems are green for the time being. Current control priority is with Yashio senpai's Pokécon. Ooh, I'm getting hyped up. Blast the spirit, Gunvirl! Aki-chan, you're getting too excited. We're releasing the wires. The wires connecting Model 2 to the ceiling crane all detach. The scaffolding is moved away. It's also moved away. So right now, Model 2 is completely standing on its own. Not only that, it shows no signs of falling over either. Still beyond stupid that you're not using servos. I'm gonna point that out. It's like, I don't know how many times I've said that. Things are going well. Alright, Kai, it's time for the big momentous first step. Maybe don't be in front of the robot when testing his first step. Model 2's control priority rests with my Pokécom, meaning only I can control it. I start the kill battle system now. I asked to register the camera's neutral position. First, register the camera's neutral position, please. After doing that, the camera direction will sync with the Pokécon's built-in gyro controls. I hold my Pokécom up to my face and register that as my neutral position. On the monitor, I see the inside walls of the building from a position 8 meters off the ground. It's real-time footage from the omnidirectional camera on top of Model 2's head. Whoa, this feels way more like KB than Tanagashi Machine did. Of course. If you moved your Pokécom in any direction, the camera will move along with it. Damn, good work. Crazy. That is just a horrendous place to be. If you're gonna don't be here. I try it out, and the scenery of the screen moves accordingly. When I tilt it downward, I can see Akiho looking up. Also find Juna gripping the laser gun and both Frau and I fiddling with our Pokecoms. That being said, it doesn't sync with Gun Build 2's face, of course. The face is just decorative after all, plus it's an omnidirectional camera, so no need to move it. Even I understand that. Alright, should I take the first step? Go ahead, gun roll, launch! Wait, what? They're not even gonna move out of the way? I quickly input the advance button, it reacts immediately. What the fuck are they thinking? Maltu's body shakes as its many motors activate before it leans slightly to the left. It lifts its right foot up, then the right leg smoothly takes a step forward. The joints are in the ankle, knee, and groin. The servo motors in both legs work together perfectly, the sound of gears turning together, erupting forth. Okay, so you use gears, but it's still able to backdrive. Steps on them. The right foot lands on the ground, the left side returns to neutral in response. Just like that, the body is perfectly parallel again. Then the body leans to the right. This time the left foot rises up, continues on and moves forward. Crazy how much faster they did this. But I guess like it was a different time, right? They didn't have the stuff they do now. Stops moving, both legs are side by side again. A series of motions that attach to the advance command. It took a little over 10 seconds for Model 2 to walk 2 steps. The whole process was so smooth I felt like something made by professionals. Think back to Model 1 6 months ago and how much a struggle it was for it to take a single step. So hey Kai, what do you think? This is awesome. It's nothing like how slow Model 1 was. Naithon's cheeks are flushed in excitement as she claps her hands in fierce applause. That was incredible. I'm deeply moved. The technical strength on display here is hardly what you expect from high school. Every member of the robotics club is totally amazing. I know I was right about you guys. Oh, it's amazing watching it in person. But using Iruro really makes it feel like Gun Roll is moving. You get 2 delicious flavors in one bite. I'm not sure how you managed to describe this like it was food, but whatever. It's completely true that for everyone here in attendance, that first step had a huge effect on them. Looking up the crane, Harunika-san is giving Subaru a powerful handshake. Subaru's grinning wryly in pride. Subaru's usually calm and collected, but he was the center of Model 2's design. I'm guessing he must be super happy about this. Even I never could predict our little project would end up like this. This robot of ours might actually stand a chance at the expo. I truly feel that way. Yeah, that is seriously impressive stuff. Also, it's not telling me when I'm getting new messages. Is the Space Candy logo on Model 2? Please confirm. I truly feel that way. There's just one thing. Naison's expression suddenly darkens. She opens her mouth slowly like it's hard to put our words together. I'm gonna save since we have been going for a bit. I don't want to lose progress. Here. Exosphere breaker. Wait, exosphere breaker? Does that mean we're gonna break into the exosphere of the Earth? Like, because, you know, the whole Project Adam thing. She opens her mouth slowly, like it's hard to put her words together.
実はすごく
I know this is really sudden, but
来週までに
by next
皆
week,
さんに
we're going to have you all leave the building. Huh? Whoa, hey now. This really is sudden.
撤収ってどういうことです
What do you mean by that?
さっき緊急の会議があった
Remember I said I was in an emergency meeting?
詳しくはそ
I
のう
think
ち
the
社長
chief
から
will
の
explain it
ご
in
報告と思います
detail,
が
but... Also, how are they gonna get this robot to the expo? Are they gonna put it on like a boat? And then ferry it over? And then haul it onto a truck? And then drive it to the expo and unload it?
5年ぶりに
Remember how I said I was in an emergency meeting? I think the chief will explain in detail, but it's been decided that we're going to be launching a rocket from Tanegashima again, the first one in 5 years.
おお
そうなの？
Really? Talk about breaking news. Okay, I guess I get what's called Exosphere Breaker now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited. Maybe even more so than when Model 2 moved just now. I was convinced that TNSC would never launch another rocket again. I get the feeling this isn't the good kind of rocket. This is probably like evil rocket. Committee 300 rocket, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
えそれで
Yeah, the
こ
first
の大阪
Osaki
第一
office
事
is
務所は
closest
発
to
射
the
場から
launch
近いで
site,
しょ
you know?
打ち上げ時には立ち入り禁止になるエリアなんです
Which means the whole area is off limits during launch.
セキュリティのこともあって
We have security to
こ
consider.
こを皆さんに
And
貸す
so
の
we
は
were
これ以
told
上
we
は
wouldn't
無理
be able to lend you all this space anymore.
本当にごめんなさい
I'm so sorry. And I bows her head deeply.
これからセッティング始
We're
める
just about to enter the settings phase. This is the worst possible timing.
えフラウボンもジュン
How
も
about
どうしてし
June?
ょんぼりしてるの
Why the long faces?
またこの島でロ
This
ケッ
is
トの打ち上
amazing
げが見
news.
られるなんて
You get to see a rocket launch on Tanegashima again.
うちたぎってきちゃった
I'm super hyped.
きっと今頃お父さんも
I
たぎっ
bet
ちゃ
Dad
って
must
る
feel
は
the
ず
same way right about now. Akio's speaking from the heart. She's not trying to be strong right now. She's probably right about her dad too. He stayed on as chief, believing this day would come. Akiho knew that. But Proud's right timing couldn't be any worse. If one more month, we wouldn't have had to get kicked out.
それで1週間以内に撤収って決定事項？
So we absolutely have to be out here within the week.
はい
Yeah.
交渉して粘ってみたんです
I
け
tried to
ど
negotiate an extension, but they wouldn't even consider it. Because the powers that be decided, nah, we gotta match the timing with a solar flare. Try to negotiate.
私もまだまだ
I'm still just a newbie, so I have no real sway in things. I'm so sorry.
力及ばずですごめんなさい
Whenever the TNC has a launch, the rockets usually arrive on the island months before the launch date. Simultaneously, JAXA and the manufacturers send engineers here to start assembling the rocket in the VAB. The VAB is right through the gate in front of the first Osaki office and up the hill. Considering all that, it's really sudden to have to push us out within the week.
実は今回の打ち上げ
To be perfectly honest, this launch was decided on just after entering the new year.
今現場はてんやわんやで
Things are really hectic right now. Nobody's ever heard of a schedule this crazy.
正直私も
To be honest, even I'm confused by it all. Nai-san seems full of regret, but at the end of the day, the TNSC is a launch site. This is what they do. We were lent this space for free, we have no right to complain. And so with that, we have to withdraw. Fortunately, JAXA will provide vehicles with which to transport Model 2, so we don't need to do much prep work. Considering we just had a successful Model 2 test run, I can't help but feel like we've hit a major bump in the road. After hearing the news yesterday, I've been getting more and more hyped. At this point, I'm practically buzzing with excitement. This is the most excited I've ever been for anything ever. I'm kind of surprised at myself. I didn't think I liked rockets this much. Before my eyes passes a large truck carrying nearly 4-meter tall cylindrical part moving at around 2 to 3 kilometers per hour. Damn, he was able to gauge that? Prefectural Road 586 was built in 2010 to connect Minamitane to the Tanegashima Space Center. The road is optimized for transporting rocket parts and is pretty much the only 3-lane road on Tanegashima. Naturally, the road was built this wide to smoothly transport rocket parts. It's been 6 to 7 years since the TNSU launched nearly 3 rockets a year. The sight in front of me knocked me way back in time. Whenever it was time for a launch, parts would arrive a few months before launch at Shimama Harbor on the western end. It's a little less than 20 kilometers from the harbor to the TNSC located on the southeastern end of the island. From National Highway 58, they cut through the center of the Minamitane, then jump on Prefectural Road 586. The vehicles move at a walking pace, so when they came through the town here, there's plenty of time to go watch. And so today, with no classes to attend, I've come to watch. The rocket parts are painted black. H-2A rockets were painted white, so these leave quite a different impression. When it comes to black rockets, the first thing that comes to mind is the Soviet Soyuz rocket, but that was painted a dark green, which is not exactly black. Apparently JAXA is entrusting a private enterprise with this launch. That explains why everything's so weird and different from years ago. Is it the Tavistock Institute? In the past, I'd often come to watch the rockets like this. For one, the road has always been close to my house. Back then, I had a silly, unattainable dream of becoming an astronaut. But most of all... Hey, Kyle, look. They're going to put it all together and fly it up and up until it gets to space. The right stuff. It's not just people who have it, rockets do too. Go, hot dog, go. Like that, Misuni would call out at rocket parts being slowly carried along the road. Thinking back on it now, she was a pretty strange high school girl. Sending hot dogs into space. But I didn't dislike that about her back then or now. Hot dog. I start whispering it, but an old lady sitting nearby gives me odd looks. I hurriedly look away. I can't help as a pain smile forces itself across my face. Maybe I'll buy a hot dog at the convenience store. Lonso is within walking distance from here, so why not? That'll be the end of my break. After that, it'll be back to my original goal, hunting down the Kimijima report. I forgot we still have those. So there's time to be telling me today's location candidates. Understood. Alright, this one is the one that has no conditions, no flags. Despite having to pull out from the TNSC, our test immediately picked up again with the expo rapidly approaching. According to Subaru and Frau, there are issues popping up all over due to the hurried construction. We're running these tests to take care of them one by one. That's how we go about adjusting Model 2 settings, repeating things over and over again. Until the transport truck prepared for us by JAXA arrives, we have no choice but to awkwardly continue our tests here. To be perfectly honest, I'm more interested in the VAB that's basically right next to us. It's practically killing me. Launch day is scheduled for late February compared to the schedule for H-2A rockets. It's crazy fast. There's a VAB right next to you? Okay, so basically they're just doing evil conspiratorial stuff and they don't want you to see. Got it. Oh, and that reminds me, I saw some people from mass media earlier this morning. Apparently the reopening of TNSC has become quite the conversation piece in
は
Tokyo.
い送電途切れてる意識がよそに行っちゃって
Hi,
る
the
よ
power supply just cut off. You're spacing out.
集中して狙い定めて
Stay focused. Oh crap. I shift gears and regrip the handle of the laser gun, and then fix the iron sights on the parabolic antenna. When the targeting aligns, the gun automatically fires its high output laser. Wonder what happens if you accidentally hit one of those like spoke things. Will it just deflect the wrong way and hit someone? Targeting aligns, the gun automatically fires its high output laser. I'm currently doing a walking test with Juna as the pilot. The sight of a giant robot lumbering around is imposing, even more so since we're indoors. That said, the walk cycle is a little bit stiff. Its actual steps and overall movement are fairly smooth. It's just that after taking 2 steps, it'll occasionally stop for a few seconds. It takes a step and then goes to move the other leg. That's when it'll sometimes stop for around 3 to 4 seconds. It's extremely frustrating to watch. Why is this happening, you ask? Juno is failing at the consecutive inputs. Being able to advance, you just have to input the advance command. However, they'll only move it 2 steps. So you're telling me, quite possibly the most dangerous thing you could do, advance the robot, is the one thing that doesn't have any, like, input combos you have to put in? To make it continue walking as soon as the previous action completes, another advanced command has to be input. Repeating this at length will result in uninterrupted walking, but Juna's timing is incredibly off. Okay, so there is timing to it. Karate Stone 5, you're missing too many inputs. Command for advancing consists of 3 well-timed consecutive button presses. Okay, never mind, I take back what I said. As for why such a basic action requires a complex input, apparently it's for safety purposes. We're dealing with an 8-meter tall giant robot. Even taking a single step is incredibly dangerous. I'm glad we got the right idea. Imagine what would happen if someone was standing at his feet and started advancing due to an accidental input. To prevent that, all of Model 2's actions are set to require at least 3 button presses. The problem is, this means that even the most basic process making Model 2 walk requires a 3 button input. Kill Valve has been used to stuff like this, but Juna's no gamer, which might be a bit too much for her. Speaking of which, she doesn't look the least bit relaxed as she controls Model 2. Her gaze keeps fidgeting back and forth between the Pokécom control screen and the robot itself. She's such a mess that just watching her is irritating me. Jun-chan, you really shouldn't look at the robot so much. But always try to keep your eyes on the game screen.
でもそうすると
But if I do that,
リボークちゃんの周囲が
I won't be able to see Model 2 Chan's
見えにくい
surroundings. It makes sense that your field of view in an FPS is narrow. I'm used to KB, so this feels perfectly normal. And how about not looking at the screen at all? Hold it like you would if you were controlling the honorary prez. It might actually be a bad thing for the omnidirectional camera to feed into the Pokécom screen. If you're so indecisive of where to look, you're not going to be able to react in time should an unexpected situation suddenly pop up. Though unlike KB, it's not like we're fighting someone. I doubt anything's unexpected is going to happen. Okay, I got it. I appreciate the advice. I have my way of doing things and Juna has hers. Rather than pushing mine onto her, it's important for Juna to find out what works best for her. The robot starts walking again. In terms of size, the facility is maybe 15 meters in length. Walking for 15 or 16 steps brings Model 2 to a wall. The operator must then input a 90-degree turn command twice for 180 degrees total and head back. So how are you going to power the robot? On the return trip, the parabolic antenna is outside the laser gun, so I get to take a break.
それにしても地味ですね。
All things considered, this is pretty lame. Huh? Mike comes up beside me and smiles brightly as she whispers,
地味だね。
It
俺も
is.
そう思うんだ。
You and I think so.
屋内には前進。
Advance, do a 180-degree turn after reaching a wall.
これを20
Do
セン
that for 20 sets.
次にカニ歩きでの
Next, crab walk across the building and back, another 20 sets.
それを俺と純ちゃんで
Junchan and I take turns operating for both.
前進とターン
Advancing, turning, and crab walking. We're practicing the basic commands and repeating them over and over.
メニューを考えたのは
Who came up with the training course? Subaru-kun? Akio-chan?
俺
Yours truly.
ふう
Oh,
ちょっと意外です。
how unexpected. Aison looks me in the eyes with a mischievous smile on her
カ
face.
イト君はこういう地味なのが
I didn't think you'd enjoy doing something so lame.
ひどいな
I'm wounded. You completely misunderstand me.
むしろこれほど
I don't think there's anyone in the world who likes practice by repetition as much as I do.
これでもさキルバラの前
It's like
任
the
として
best KB player in the
日々
world, I'm
涙ぐま
constantly
しい
putting in
努
effort
力をして
into labbing every single day. Even now, I'll practice the same KB combo over and over before going to bed. If I didn't do that, my skills would falter and I'd be surpassing the rankings by other players just like that.
ごめんなさ
Huh? Well, you have my apologies.
い。でも理にかなった
This
練習
training
メニュ
course
ーだと
does
思い
make
ます。
sense, though. This isn't just to train me and Juna, it's so we can adjust the settings as well. Files constantly gathering telemetry data. She accounts for our habits as operators and makes minute adjustments. We're getting a feel for the controls. But June and I each have our own unique quirks when it comes to operating Model 2. Command input reception timing, the lag between input and output. But also the UI can be optimized for things like that. Additionally, by providing the auto balancer with experience, the data will allow its precision to increase dramatically.
それにしたって地味すぎだよ
Like you guys said, this is totally lame. Akio joins the
これ
conversation.
がアニメだったら絶
If
対
this
に
was
視
an
聴率
anime,
取れず
I'd
打ち切りだ
absolutely
もん
get canceled because of low ratings.
側もない巨大ロボが
Who wants to watch a giant armorless robot lumber around forever?
たまには決めポーズをズキャーン
You could at least mix in Gunfrill's pose or something.
あと新しいモーションも考えたい
Well, I want to come with some new moves
そ
too.
れはここを
We already
撤収して
decided on doing that
ハンガー
after
に移動
we
してから
withdraw
でいい
from
って言
here
って
and
るで
move
しょ
back to the hangar.
今は俺と純ちゃんが操縦になれ
Right
る
now,
こ
the
と
most
が大
important
切
thing
な
is for
んだ
Juna, for Junchan and I to get used to the
そん
controls.
なの必要ないって言うなら俺はいつ
So
で
if you
も
tell me it's not
練習を
necessary, I
サボ
wouldn't
ら
mind
せ
skipping on practice.
ごめん
Sorry.
でもうちだけ
It's
暇
just
な
I'm
の
the only one with nothing to do.
部長だから全体を
Super said that as president.
スバルに
I should be
言われてる
supervising everything, but I like how he's telling the president what she should be doing. Maybe he's the one actually pulling the strings. Speaking of which, Super isn't here for today's test. Not only does he have his dad to deal with, he still has classes to attend, unlike us third years. Please pay no mind to our other second year Frau, who's currently skipping school
それ
entirely.
って逆に言うとうちには
Well, if you
具
put
体
it
的
the
な
other
作業
way,
がな
that
い
means
って
I
こと
don't
でし
have
ょ
any actual work, right?
ただ見てるだけなのって
It's
最初はダメだ
exciting
けど
watching him move at
すぐに
first,
飽きてきちゃう
but I'm bored.
気を抜いちゃってますね
Are you losing
出ま
focus?
せんよ
That's no good.
アキホちゃんはいわば責
You're
任
the
者なん
person
で
in
すから
charge after all.
何も問題が起こらない
Your
よ
job is to keep a watchful eye on everything and make sure no problems pop up.
それはこれから万博
That
に
holds
出ていく
true
時に
for
も
when
言え
you
る
go
こと
to
です
the
よ
expo too.
そうなんですけ
You're right, but
どやっぱうち何か作業やってる方が
I
性
just
に
think
合
I'm
ってる
better
っていう
suited for
か
grunt work is all.
組み立てまではアキちゃん
You
が
did
頑張ってき
plenty
た
of that all the way up to the Model 2's completion. You can afford to take a little break.
だから
You're not
うちは
listening.
もっともっと
I want to
稼ぎた
get
いんだ
more
っ
and
て
more
ば
hyped up.
まるでマグロみたいですね
You're like a tuna. A tuna?
マグロ
Excuse me?
泳ぎ続けてないと
They
死んじゃ
die,
うんで
they
すよ
don't keep swimming.
あそうそうそんな感じ
Oh yeah, yeah, that's totally me. Don't most fish die if they don't keep swimming? Because like, you need water to pass through their gills.
だったら
Uh,
俺が
I'd be willing to swap places. I point to the laser gun with my eyes.
俺またロケッ
I'm
ト
gonna go take a look at the rocket transport again.
それはダメ。
Not happening.
カイにはこれまでサボってた
You need to make
たっぷり頑張って
up for
もら
all
わ
the
ないと。
time you spent skipping out.
ああそう
Is that so? I mostly just don't want to be stuck here doing tests every single day. I'm actually planning on to watch the rocket transports. The real reason I want to get away is because we broke into 2020, so I haven't found the last Kimijima report. Oh fuck, it is 2020, that's crazy. Dude, wait, when was this game made? Hold on, I gotta Google that right now. When was this game? $2014. Interesting. I wonder, is there any game that takes place in 2026? Well, in 2077, who knows? I think I'll be alive by then. I can play Cyberpunk 2077. Oh man. Who knows? Maybe. The reason I skipped yesterday and made excuses is because I'm looking for the last report. After about 30 minutes of watching the transports, I spent the rest of the time searching the island. I've been doing this since the end of last year. With no classes, I've been searching at night as well. All my attempts have been in vain. On top of that, my own mother thinks I'm a delinquent now. I didn't think it'd be this hard to find. Fortunately, Sister Centipede is still operational. I've been providing tips as to where the last report might be. This time, even Sister Centipede seems to be throwing in the towel. I'm getting more and more impatient. Kimijima reports predict a large solar storm in 2020. It may only be January, that doesn't change the fact that it's 2020. It's completely possible that today or tomorrow a solar storm of the same scale as last year's, even bigger, will hit Earth. Think the rocket has something to do with that? Think the rocket is gonna break the exosphere, perhaps? While I'm feeling increasingly impatient, I'm also feeling hesitant about finding the last report. Unlike the previous ones, Kimijima Report number 7 isn't a detailed description of the future. Activating it will distribute the Kimijima reports around the world. It's like the key that'll unlock the truth for the public. As far as I'm concerned, everything contained in these reports is completely true. There's no doubt in my mind. But even then, there's still a 0.1% chance that they end up being nothing but lies. Dispersing the Kimijima reports around the world could cause unnecessary chaos, which has me feeling a tad hesitant. This isn't the sort of thing a rural high school kid should be responsible for. Man, what have I gotten myself into? But here I am, still searching. I've already come this far, there's no turning back now.
ほら、カイ。また
Hey
照
Kai,
準がずれてる
your
ぞ。
aim's off again.
おっと
Whoops. The robot has already finished making its turn. I can see the parabolic antenna from my position. I hurriedly aligned the iron sights with it. While Model 2 is equipped with batteries, they are rather small. They have a 3-minute operational limit. That's why it's ideal to keep the laser aimed on the Model 2 as it moves. Oh, so that's how it... So that's how the robot works. You're not... Okay, that makes sense. They thought of it, they thought of it. And the robot suddenly stops moving again.
さっきより見せ
You're making more mistakes than before, by the way. If I don't look at the screen, I can't press the buttons properly. She complains, but she still keeps following my advice, refusing to take her eyes off Model 2.
ごめんね、みぼきちゃん。
I'm sorry that I can't make you move right, Model 2, Chun.
すぐ慣れるさ
You'll have the hang of it
ジュ
soon.
ン、元気一
Chun,
発
put
だ
a
よ。
blast of spirit into it.
どんまいどんまい。
It's okay, keep trying.
おっ
What's that mean? What does Osu mean? I'm gonna Google that too. Martial arts? It's martial arts related. Push, endure. To show mental fortitude. Okay. Mistakes be damned, she's nothing like the girl who used to be scared of robots only half a year
ジュン
ago.
ちゃんさロボに
Hey Junchan, does Model 2 scare you?
Eh?
Huh? Juno's hands stop moving as I talk to her. Looks like she can't talk and operate at the same time.
怖く
Nope, not at all.
私が操作すると
When I'm operating her, she moves just like I want her to.
モーションだって私のもの使ってるし
She even moves just like me.
なんだか自分の
In some way, she sort of,
分身みたいに
feels like another me. Wild.
変
Is that weird?
変じゃないよ
Not at all. Like, I happily wraps her arms around Juno.
よかった
Oh, I'm so proud. I'm super duper ultra happy that you like robots now, June.
それもこれもうちの洗脳
My
講座のおかげ
brainwashing
だね
worked. Foreshadowing. That's what the gun girl propaganda was. Poor Juno probably has no idea how to react to your bragging. Well, I guess I can't deny that Akio's pushiness might have had a tiny bit of an effect on her. Cinemia Akio 355 Route 50 something. The sky's a pale blue. Gazing at said sky, I hum the Gunroll theme song to myself. It's the season 1 theme, my favorite. It's also the ending theme, so its melody has a bit of somber feeling to it. I think it fits our current situation perfectly. In the last few days of testing, we're finally transferring Gun Build 2 to the old airport in Nakatane. Aww. Gun Build 2 has been loading atop a large truck. I stretch my arms out as it shakes and jolts. Not a safe place to be sitting, but just let them have their moment. Stretch my arms as it shakes and jolts. I feel like I'm an old lady leisurely driving a tractor after finishing the day's farm work. Car after car pass by us from behind. I remain seated in the truck bed and gaze far out at the ever-changing scenery that slowly drifts by. There are sugarcane fields stretching for miles and miles. It's almost time for harvest, so they're way taller than me. I like to listen to them rustle as they sway in the wind. This kind of tranquil scenery really doesn't match the visual of the giant Gun Build 2 sitting in the truck bed. Just yesterday, trucks that Nai-san got for us arrived at TNSC, which basically meant it was time for us to haul our butts out of the First Osaki office. Split the upper and lower body Gun Build 2 yesterday, then loaded them onto 2 trucks first thing this morning. Us third years basically have no classes, so June and I were both there for it. Kai's on standby at the old airport. I can't say I'm happy about all this. It feels like we're being forced to retreat after a brutal defeat in battle. It's not like we represent the island or anything, and we're not in any place to complain either. But I guess it feels like nobody really needs us at all, so I still feel pretty sad about it. With Gun Build 1, things turned out the way they did because of our inexperience. It sucked, but I accept what happened. With Gun Build 2, with all our powers combined, we made something we could all be proud of, yet it feels like we've all been thrown away. I'm seriously worried. Meanwhile, June is sleeping sadly next to me back against Gun Girl. I had heard that she could fall asleep anywhere, but seeing at how she's doing it, here of all places, she must not get much sleep at all. She's got chores to do and she's still practicing karate. She told me that because of all that, she tries to find time for sleep whenever she can, even if it's only 1 to 2 minutes. For example, even on a truck bed in the middle of a cold winter's day. If I leave her like this, she might catch a cold. I try poking June's cheek with my fingertip. Whoa, you're mad soft. This June's always had a baby face. The springiness of her skin might even be more youthful than that. Man, I'm jealous. Only I'd gone out for sports. Man, I wish everything possible isn't gonna get me anywhere. What if June's lying about her age? What if she's younger than she lets on? She's short and looks like a junior high kid, so her eyelids twitch slightly, but she shows no sign of waking up. The wind blows. It's getting chilly. There's about 10 kilometers separating the Tanegashima Space Center and the hangar in Nakatane. The structure we're riding in is plodding along at around 10 kilometers per hour, even slower when we go uphill. So about 30 minutes since we started moving, we're probably a little under halfway there. We've still got a ways to go. The look of a Gun Build 2's lower body lying on the truck bed is currently split up into 2 chunks. The upper body's in the other truck driving ahead of us. Niason's in the passenger seat of that one. Oh, and for the record, both drivers are JAXA personnel. It's huge. I can hear the shrill voice of a kid when I look up in the voice's direction to find two elementary schoolers. They're both wearing backpacks heading in the same direction as us. One is a boy wearing a yellow hoodie and a black backpack. The other is in shorts with a blue backpack. I wonder if they're going to be mentioned later. Like, oh, time skip. Look at these kids now. Are they heading home from school? Naturally, their eyes are focused on the truck bed we're riding in, or more specifically, Gun Build 2. Our eyes happen to meet, so I wink at them as the friendly young lady I am. The two boys look at each other, then look back at me without as much as a smile. Is that a rocket? Well, that was unexpected. Close. They're a robot, not a rocket. A robot. Doesn't look like it. It's just junk. I wanted to see a rocket. Well, this is a little... No, this is a lot annoying. And with the best, worst time possible, the truck stops at a red light. As do the children. Time to show these kids a thing or two. Can you two use Iruo? The two boys nod. I put on a smug smile and point at Gun Build 2 behind my back. Take a look. Prepare to be amazed. The boys whip out their Pokecoms to do as told. Holding them up at face height to peer through the screen. Oh, what is that? Gunvirl's legs. Hehe. Ew. She said Gunvirl. Nobody cares about that old crappy robot. Oh my god. Crappy robot? Both of you, sit down this instant. Big Sis is gonna teach you both a lesson. Whoa, run away! The boys play just after the light turns green and the truck starts. I lost my chance to chase them down, leaving me with nothing but leftover shock and anger boiling in my chest. I fear for the future of Japan. Shouting. Did something happen? June slowly tilts her head towards me. Good morning, June. Akio-chan. Did something sad happen? Yes. Very sad. Wonder if everyone's hearts have already grown apart from Gunvirl. At least that's how it's starting to feel to me. Alongside last year's episode leaks were rumors that a large chunk of the staff had died mysteriously, as well as other stuff. Even then, I guess I just wasn't ready to hear those kids call Gunvirl an old crappy robot. For someone like me who loves Gunvirl to the moon and back, it really hurts. June, do you mind letting me cry into your chest? A little. Huh? Clinging to June's chest, a trickle of tears drips down my cheek. It's been a while since I last came to the old airport. Gunvirl prototype lower half. Production start date. Oh, this is Model 1. Even though we hassled them a bit as soon as they agreed to our request with big smiles, the kids on the island are all really nice. I want to help them as much as I can. I did something bad to my daughter and her friends. It was a security protocol, but we had to kick them out. But my daughter's so rude for me. That was such a relief. I promise that we'll both try our best. What is it with people like posting every interaction they have on Twippo? In the video of Gun Build 2 that we filmed for the expo, it'd be better if, aside from our meet and greet part, in the video of Gun Build 2 that we filmed for the expo, it would be better if, aside from our meet and greet part, Gun Build 2 looked cooler. I want to add some awesome BGM and special effects, but S-Kun won't let me. I wonder if that'll be fine. I think this might be my first time riding the back of a truck. Leaving TNSC. Okay. It's not an anime, so... While I use background sound effects in the first... Oh yeah, that kind of stuff would help. It would def help it. I mean, why not, right? it's not much work and it doesn't add weight to the robot or anything. And while since the last King of the Old Airport, I've been going to TNSC virtually every day since Model 2's completion. Before that, I was focused solely on finding the Kimijima report. Come to think of it, this might be my first time here this year. I've been in the chilly warehouse playing Kill Ballad since this morning. Thank goodness it's not so cold that my fingers go numb. This place has no electricity or a stove to speak of, so winters are total hell. Yashio Senpai, what time did they say prototype Model 2 was set to arrive? Beats me. Super and I are the only ones in the hangar. Today Model 2 is being removed from the first Osaki office. That's why Akio and Junior went over there this morning. On standby over here. Thanks to their efforts, I get to sit here and play KV. We can go ahead and give Aki-chan a call if you want. No, there's no need. However, if it gets too late, I'll be going home. Are you done editing? Not yet. Super met up with me right after finishing school. By the way, Frog contacted me earlier. I don't really have anything to do there today, so I'm locking myself in my base. See ya. Basically a progress report. So there's no real need for the theatrics. Just needs a little editing is all. Subaru's been staring down his Pokecom for a while now. He's working on a video detailing the production process Model 2s for submission to Expo Committee. You have to include that? I guess so they know that you made it. Exhibitors need to submit twice for the expo, once 2 months prior, once right before. If any faults arise during inspection, exhibition rights can be withdrawn. Our video inspection 2 months ago went by without a hitch, though at the time Model 2 is mostly incomplete. This is the second submission. If there aren't any problems, we'll give permission to have an exhibit at the expo. So they did screen it, and they saw Death Laser? Okay. Like, sure. We finished filming the day before yesterday, just before we were kicked out of the TNSC. Have some light editing, we'll submit the video. It's about 10 minutes long. Subaru's in charge of that process. How does it look? Do you think we'll get disqualified? I don't know. This is a first for me, after all. They're considering Model 2's degree of completion. I don't believe there will be any issues. So, like, what is special about a robot? Just the fact that... Because we're not the only mech there, right? Or, like, big robots are, like, at least not unprecedented. I mean, yeah, we have, like, the monopole thing, but as far as I'm concerned, that didn't really do much different, aside from... Hey, what did the monopoles even do? That a motor... Like, I guess they're more powerful? I guess that's what we're showing off? Like, look, we did this with 24 motors instead of 48. Like, wow. Okay, I guess that's actually kind of a big deal. Because I think the number they gave was like 10 times more powerful. So I guess if you use 24 motors, then you would actually be using like 240 regular motor. Okay, fine, I see it. So considering Model 2 security completion, okay. That reminds me, did Aki-chan give you some footage? Are you adding that to the video as well? Yes. Super wears an uneasy smile on his face. Sometimes I really find myself conflicted on whether our press is admirable or just insane. Uh-oh, what'd she screw up this time? No, nothing quite like that. Would you like to take a look? I should probably check just to make sure. Super sends me a link to download the footage. They're downloading it? I hit the play button. What, it's BGM? Huh? You're filming? Already? Ahem. I'm Senemiya Akio, 18 years old and president of the Chuo Tanegashima High Robotics Research Club. Storm and Surge, Blast, oh spirit! Gunvirl. Can you...
どう
Well, how was that?
ちゃんと内容のあるコメントをお
Can
願
you
いしま
please
す。
say something of actual substance?
今のじゃダメなの
That wasn't good enough?
やっぱり実物大ガンバレルを作って
Since
る
you made a life-size
ガンバレルの
Gunvirl,
決め台詞だけで十分
I think its catchphrase is more than enough.
テイク2。
Take two.
ちょっと待って今話す内容を考えるから
Wait, I'm thinking of what to say. You didn't have that planned out beforehand?
普通でいいんですよ。
Just act
気を
normal.
てらったコ
You
メント
say
は却
anything
下
too
です。
crazy. I'm cutting you off.
急に言われても
Give me a sec to think, at least.
何かお題出して
I know. Give me a topic.
では、
Fine, then how about your ambitions? What do you hope to accomplish by going to the expo?
抱負
Ambitions.
うんオッケー
Okay. Got it.
巨大ロボットは
Giant
うちの
robots
夢です
are my dream.
巨大ロボットはみん
Giant
なの
robots
憧れです
are admired by all.
巨大ロボットは
Giant
子
robots
供たちの
are
ヒ
the
ーローです
heroes of children everywhere.
巨大ロボットは
Giant
正
robots
義の味方で
are
す
the champions of justice. Let me guess. This is... Yeah, Gunvirl propaganda.
うちは巨大ロボットが大好きです
I really love giant robots.
みんなも大好き
And
に
I'd
してく
be
れる
super
と
happy
嬉しいです
if everyone else loved them too.
はい、
Fine,
OK です。
we'll go with that. When the video ends, I look up at the Subaru, simply shrugs at
ガン
me.
バレルの騒動のせいで、
Thanks to the
ロ
whole
ボットアニメに
Gunvirl
対する偏見だらけに
controversy,
なってしまっている
mecha anime has to be on a decline.
かつてのファンも
Really?
続々と離れていってます
Mecha anime would be on decline just because Gunvirl fucked up, but I guess Gunvirl is kind of carrying the genre. Former fans have distanced themselves from it one after
なのに
another.
部長は、なんで
Despite
今
all
の
of
ロボッ
that,
トのことをあん
Her
なに無邪気
ever
に
so
語れるのか
simple-minded Prez can stand proudly and talk about her love for them. How?
別に責めてるわけじゃなくて、
I'm not trying to criticize her, mind you. I just find it strange
スバル君はひねくれてるからね
because you've grown far too cynical.
よかったですね。
My apologies.
まあ疑問に
No,
思
it's
う
normal
こ
to
とも
question where that fiber comes from.
そもそも女子なんて
First and
ロボットアニ
foremost,
メをあそこ
it's
まで
pretty
好きで
rare in general for a girl to love mecha anime that much.
結局のところ
At the end of the day, Aki-chan is just well earnest.
一途
I think part of it is because of her sister, right? Her sister was into it, and then she got into it. I don't think that's completely unrelated. So the question is, how did Misani get so into it? That's the one I'm confused on. Maybe she just got bored of the island? Or maybe Misani got into Gunvirl, got really interested into robotics, and then that influenced Akiho. And, you know, I bet there's always bound to be someone out there who gets really into Gunvirl, so earnest.
小さい頃からずっと
She hasn't wavered once since she was a little
そ
kid.
ういうところは
She may be slow, but I respect that about her. Slow? Damn.
頭悪いけど
Even if she is really slow,
それは僕も知ってます。
I'm well aware.
一途か。
Earnest, huh?
付き合いの長い八潮先輩が
Considering
言う
how
なら
long you've
きっと
known
そうなん
her,
でしょうね
must be right.
けなげとか愚直と
You could
言い換えても良さそうで
rephrase
す。
that. You could even rephrase that as commendable, perhaps a form of naive honesty.
僕は部長のその
That
原
being
動力が
said,
何かを知りま
I
せ
have
ん。
no idea what her driving force is. She wants to see her sister, basically, right? Also, this background music is actually starting to like make my ears sore. I think I'm just gonna leave it hanging, my earbuds out for a bit. Give it a rest. But come on, isn't it obvious?
姉ちゃんの背中を
She's
一生
chasing
懸
after
命
the
追いか
legacy
け
of
て
her
る
older sister with all her heart and soul. Yep,
アキちゃんは蝶がつくほどの
Aki-chan has a
自然
severe sister complex. Is that a real thing? What is a sister complex? This is just the extreme emotional attachment, assessment, or overprotectiveness of one's sister. It's widely used in anime, manga, and psychological context. Describe a dynamic range of platonic over-involvement to romantic. Okay. It's basically overprotectiveness, obsession, attachment. Okay.
意外ですね。そんな
I'm
シンプル
sure I
な理由だ
didn't
ったの
think it would be that simple.
それはスバル
Again, that's because you've become far too cynical.
いちいち指摘しないでください。
You really don't have to point that out to me every single time. It's funny how Subaru isn't even proud of it. Like, he sees it as like a problem to be solved. He must be pretty self-conscious considering how defensive he's getting.
それで納得しました。
Anyway, I
試作
understand
1
now.
号機にあそこまで
That's
思
why
い
she
入れ
was
がある
so attached
それが理由なんで
to a
す。
prototype Model 1. Because I remember when Akio was like, you're the type of guy to never cry, to avoid crying during a movie, and he was like, correct. But now he's like, okay, maybe this is something I need to work
だけ
on.
ど、お姉さんと
Her
セ
sister
ノミヤの
is
先でしょ
the Senomiya Misaki,
あ
correct?
の人に追いつくのは
I can't imagine chasing after her legacy would be anything but a path of thorns.
まともにミサ姉に追いつこうとしたらね
Sure, if you try to do it for real.
でもこの
So
島にミサ姉
Misani
が
left
唯
two
一
things
残していったもの
on this island,
それがロ
the
ボ部の
robotics
ガン
club
プロジェクトだったわ
and
け
its
で
gun build project.
ロボの完成が
The formula is
イコール
pretty
ミサ
simple.
姉に追いつくことって
Completing the
方程
robot
式なんでしょ
equals catching up to Misani.
依存症なんじゃないですか。
Isn't that just a form of dependence?
依存症
How so?
お姉さんに対する依存
Tyson
に見えるんで
is
す。
completely dependent on her sister,
自分のためじゃなく、
and not for herself either. She's doing it all for her sister. Yeah, I mean, she does that is a very kind of externalized motivation.
そのために進
Isn't
学
that
だ
why
って不
she's
正
going
にし
as
ている
far
わ
as
け
to
でしょ。
sacrifice her own post-graduation plans?
さすがに刹那的にも見えます
She's only looking at the
僕の感
ephemeral,
覚から言わせてもらう
which
と
my intuition tells me is utter nonsense.
そう見えるのも
Perhaps that's only because I'm far too cynical. No, you're right about that. What are you trying to say? She needs to try and stand up on her own 2
スバ
feet?
ル君だってそんな器用なことできて
Even
ない
you
の
aren't
にね
skilled enough to do that.
あ、今のは皮肉ね
That was sarcasm, by the way. It's then that I hear a car horn blaring from outside. Trailer swerves onto the airport apron. I figured Model 2 had finally arrived when I go outside to take a look. Fujita. Yo. Doc hops out of the driver's seat. Kaito, you're early, Doc.
2号機はまだ到着してねえの
Model 2 still ain't here yet. Also, I already checked Flippo. Fuck, I don't know why. Everyone's tag updated. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah. Everyone's tag got reset. Model 2 still ain't here yet. With Model 2 being moved, we'll have to perform our reassembly work out at the hangar. So we asked the robot doctor here for
って
support.
いうかクレーンに乗って
Wait,
くる
didn't
って
you say
話
you were
じゃな
gonna
かった
bring a crane with you? How do you bring a crane? Okay, like with Model 1, we're planning to use a mobile crane to stand the robot up. Yet Doc came in a large truck. There's no crane, but there is something else loaded in the back.
クレーン車はも
A
うすぐ
mobile
来る
crane will be here soon.
ただその前に
But before that,
こいつを
I
お前ら
wanted
に
to
渡
give
そうと
this to
思って
you
な
kids. Doc's already wrinkled face wrinkles even further as he points to the truck bed. What was in there is covered with a
何
sheet.
です
What is that? Are those the motors?
ノポールモーターだよ
Monopole motors, yeah.
モーターな
We
ら
already have
分か
enough
ってるけど
motors.
予備
Are they spares?
なんだロボ部から
Or the
何も聞
robotics
いてねえ
club
の
not
か
tell you? As I've noticed before, he's referring to Akiho in this
こい
case.
つはな2号機
These
の
are
予
spare
備モータ
motors
ー
from
兼
Model 2,
1号機用のモー
repurposed
ター
from
だ
Model 1.
1号機
from Model 1. Oh, that's right. Akko's been chipping away at Model 1 while working on Model 2.
そのモーターの代金誰が払って
Who
るんです
covered
か
the cost for these?
1号機については
Since they're for Model 1, the
Space
Space Candy Company fronted the cash.
あの社長だ。2号
Looks
機
like
の
the
スポンサー
president
は
is a tad
JAXA に
bitter
横取りさ
that
れたと
JAXA
逆恨み
snatched
し
the
ててな。
sponsorship for Model 2.
何をバカなナン
That's
センスですよ
ridiculous. Nonsense even.
試作2号機にだってス
It's
ペ
not
ー
like
スアメ車は資
Space
金を出して
Candy
くれてい
Company
ますし
and providing funding for prototype Model 2.
メーカーロゴだって
You even have
ち
their
ゃんと機
logo
体に貼ってあ
plastered
り
on
ま
the
す
front of the robot.
詳しくは知らね
I
え
don't know
よ
the。details. He probably just won Model 2 all to himself.
何にせよ
Either
あの
way,
社長は
the
最初
president has
1
been
号機に金を出
fronting
して
the
たわ
cash
けだ
for
から
Model 1.
去年のお披露目も失敗
In
に
the
終わっ
last
て
year's
た
activation test was a flop. The Robotics Club somehow managed to convince him to help out.
確かに時間を見つけては
Yeah,
コ
she's
ツコ
been
ツ一
working
人
on
で
it
改
in
良
her
してた
spare time.
モノポールモーターまで発注したとの
She's going around ordering monopole motors. I wish she
さすがに
would have
相談してもらい
consulted
たかっ
us
たです
beforehand.
2号機との互換性があるように
Ain't nothing to worry about.
別に
They're all
問題ねえだろう
compatible
な
with Model 2.
未知の技術で作ったモーターだ。いつ
They're
壊れた
motors
ってお
built
か
with
しくない
unknown
んだぜ
techs. Who knows when they might
用意
break
は
down.
必要だろう。
Y'all need spares. I feel like there's gonna become a plot point later. Like someone's gonna steal the spare motors.
まあそんなわけだ。
Anyhow,
ほら、
come on and help
お
me
前ら
out.
手伝いやがれ。モ
We
ーター
gotta
を下ろ
load
すぞ。
these beasts. Doc brought 6 extra motors with him. You know what? This old dude may very well be more excited about this stuff than
これで
Akio.
つまる。
By the way, Subaru, I have somewhat of a proposal for you.
何です
What is that?
ファイルバンカの需要は
What do you think
あると
about
思う。
pile bunkers? Oh! Those are the things M45 was equipped with. Why are you giving him pile bunkers, though? That would be unsafe. Gave me a real hard time back during Robo 1.
試作1号機か2
Do you
号機
intend
に
to
搭
equip
載
Model
しよ
1 or
うとで
Model
も
2 with them?
別にそういうわけじゃ
Not
ねえよ。
necessarily.
ただ、この
It's
年
just,
にな
well,
って
in my old
巨
age,
大ロボのパーツ
kind
開
of
発に
awoken
目
to
覚め
building
ちまっ
giant
たな。
robot parts.
今はロボットブー
Considering
ム
the
だし、
current robot boom and all, who knows when there
需要はありそうじゃ
might be a
ねえか。
demand for this stuff.
なんならモノポールモーターだって
Hell, I could
売り
even
物と
start
して出
selling
してもいいんだ
monopole
ぜ。
motors.
お前ら
I'd
に
pay
モ
you
ノポ
guys
ー
a
ルの
material
材料
fee
費を
for
払
them,
っ
of
てな。
course.
俺の予想じゃあと5年も
In
し
the
ねえう
next
ちに
5 years,
10メートル
there will
以
be
上の巨
tournaments
大
like
ロボ
Robo
による
1 for giant robots over 10 years tall. I bet. That seems like such an expensive fucking sport to be in. Like, imagine a robot takes a hit, there's a big dent in it, and you gotta replace the entire metal sheet.
それりゃ
If that happens, there'd be huge demand for shops dealing in giant robot parts for private use.
鉄春藤田ブランドが
Vegeta Tetsuhara brand could end up writing history for the giant robot industry.
で燃えなきゃ
If that doesn't
男
get
じ
you
ゃ
all
ねえだ
fired
ろ
up, you ain't a man. It's like he's a totally different person now. Once an untalkative craftsman, now a total mad scientist.
パイルバンカーはロマン
I
ですか
agree that pile bunkers
So
would be a
not
dream.
the
I
soul of
doubt there'd be a
the
demand for such dangerous things. Subaru's not buying what Doc's selling.
そうか
A dream, eh? Glad to see that some of you
そう感じるのか
youngins
な
get it.
結構
Good enough, more than good enough. That's the face of someone who totally intends on building them. It's not a bad thing that he's energetic, this might be overdoing it. What the hell happened to the guy who was on the verge of death only a few months ago? That night. Leaving in the middle of the night during the winter, I'm worried my son's turning into a bad boy. Huh? I'm supposed to go drinking with E-Ray, but the call isn't connecting. Where is she? Geez, I expected she can't use all the Pokécom's features. There's anything more sad than Gunville drifting away from the hearts of children. I'll never hate it, I promise. Thinking about it, Takaki-kun from our dojo doesn't talk about Gunville anymore. Arrived at hangar, assembly is finished, liftoff is a go. Liftoff success, so hyped. Isn't what really matters is if you like it or not. It's because the incident was so public, nothing you can do about that. I didn't think it was a good series. After going home and eating dinner, I head out to resume my search for the last Kimishima report. While wandering around, Sister Centipede hit me with some unexpected intel, resulting in me to drop by Uchigalka Park. It really isn't here. Second floor of the old community center. I exit the building and click my tongue. What was the info Sister Centipede gave me? She told me that the AR annotations for Kimishima Report number 1 had vanished. Back when I accidentally downloaded Report 1 to my Pokecom, I made sure to return the original data back to the old community center. After that, whenever I swung by the park, I checked to make sure the AR annotation was still there. It remained in place even after the Iruo maintenance last month, but now it's gone. You can't download Kimishima Reports number 1 without entering the password, right? That's correct. Sister Centipede answers in the usual mechanical tone. On Christmas Eve, Iru's Sister Centipede found themselves on the verge of being erased during Iruo maintenance. Yet here she is, or at the very least here, Sister Centipede is, memory still intact. Fortunately, Irie hasn't appeared a single time since then. I assume you know who downloaded it. Correct. The current holder of the report number 1 original data is Erase-on. Erase-on? Mizuka? Hold on, Mizuka-san doesn't own a Pokecom? So how would she be able to see the annotation and enter the password? If nothing else, when Erase-on input the password, she possessed a Pokecom. Did she borrow one from Michi like last time? I attempt to call him, but after he answers in a drunken stupor, I immediately hang up. Looks like that's not the case. It's possible she borrowed one from family, bought one, or she actually did own one and never told anyone. There are quite a few ways she could have. Who told Mizuka-san that the password is hidden hand? Back when I asked her about the reports a while ago, I know I didn't leak the password, at least I don't think I did. Unknown. There's no record of Sister Centipede ever offering such information to Erase-on. As for Irie, that is unknown. Erase-on has known Irie for over 10 years, so it's possible she told her. So is her. However, Erase-on has attempted to enter the password for Kimishima Report number 1 multiple times. A total of 36 times to be exact. Wait, she failed 35 times? Yes, considering that fact, it would be appropriate to assume that she figured it out on her own. When I first asked Mizuka-san about Irie, she already knew about the Kimishima report. She also didn't seem too fond of Irie. When I was attempting to surf last month, Mizuka-san never spoke once to Irie, I think. Yet they both said that they met each other in the past. How are they connected? That's when I realized. Misuni, her face appeared in the back of my mind, leaving me stunned. Yeah, Misuni and Mizuka-san are best friends. Akiho and I can barely get in touch with Misuni, but she still goes out of her way to talk to Mizuka-san. But who cares? Why am I associating Misuni with any of this? Am I actually suspicious of her? No way. What's there to be suspicious of? Few possibilities come to mind, but they're all so unrealistic that I can't help but laugh. Either way, I'm going to have a chat with Mizuka-san. It's already past 10 at night, so the store is closed. There's no point calling either. I don't know any other way to contact Mizuka-san, so I have no choice to see her tomorrow directly. I just hope she's there. I exit the store and can't help but sigh. Mizuka-san wasn't there. Interesting. hello from Space Candy. We're stepping up production at the scheduled rocket launch date. Rocket launch schedule made by Aerospace Company in America. Unlike the H-2A rocket, this one is quite simple and will only take 1 month to complete. Aerospace Company also referred the size of reference the H-2A rocket's measurements, so the size of the launch pad is also exactly the same. Interesting. Test operation again today, huh? Where'd Kai go? He was just here. Hey, I just found an illustration of Tanegashima and Yakushima personified. What's this? Popular Yakushima has World Heritage branded on his bottom and jealous. Tanegashima goes on the attack. They really get me. Woohoo! But Yakushima is a tsundere, right? I get it. They're gonna cuddle with Tanegashima. Why? Guess you need me. Tanegashima gets all flustered. And what? I want to read a thin book about it. Bro. I don't know what's going on, but come to the hangar. Testing's about to begin. I was just getting heated up about what club activities got in my way. Wall punch. Sounds graduation. I didn't think I'd be operating a robot around this time. This feels right. Can't run away from reality forever. Getting over it is important. Maybe you're becoming one of us. So I decide what I'm gonna do. Mizuka-san wasn't there. Her mom was at the register and told me she went out for the day. I asked her if there's any way to get in touch with her, but got a nope for my troubles. I guess she's been keeping her Pokekama secret from her folks, too. Mizuka-san, what exactly are you trying to do? Are you curious of the Kimijima reports and trying to collect them like me? That'd be the best case scenario. That reminds me. Back when I had asked her to coach me at surfing, she said something kind of strange when we finished. Don't get yourself wrapped up in strange things, Kai. Turn back while you still can. Don't be an idiot and try to shoulder everything all on your own. Otherwise, you'll never be able to come back from the other side. Mizuka-san knew that I was searching for the Kimijima reports, yet she took report number 1 without saying a word to me. Is she hiding something? Again, I ask for you to tread carefully. If they learn you're reading this, your life becomes forfeit. I think back on the warning in Kimijima report number 6 and shudder. Can't help but check my surroundings. Suddenly I realize my throat is parched. Open the fruit sour melon I just bought and gulp it down. I'm overthinking this. Sort of paranoia is common for hardcore conspiracy theorists. I want to believe, but I can't. The contents of the Kimijima reports are no conspiracy theory. Considering the events that occurred over the last half of the year, I know it's all true. If I keep telling myself it's just paranoia, I'll trip up trying to escape reality and there'll be no turning back, I know it. But either way, I want to know where Mizuka-san is. Not knowing is making me feel extremely uncomfortable, irritated even. I should probably give up on going to club today. I doubt it's going to happen, but there's still a chance I could be attacked by someone. Which means I should search for report number 7 on my own. If I run around the island, I might bump into Mizuka-san as well. I have no clue where the last report is. I'm just gonna have to go wander about and hope I get lucky. I wonder if it's in a building. That would suck. It can't be denied that the AR annotation is located somewhere on the island. Oh fuck, bro. We're actually looking for this shit. Tatsume. Have I been here? I think I have. I'm using the CoZ house. We have already been to that. Oh wait, because it revealed itself. Kai, ditching a time like this, I'll make June the official operator if this continues. Getting used to operating, at least I'm no longer nervous. Mala-2-chan might be kind of cute. Am I the only one who thinks this? Hello from Space Gamers, stepping up production to the scheduled launch date. Oh wait, we already... I guess I'll go take a look at the robot tomorrow since it's here at the old airport. As an ex-member of NASDA, it feels awkward not showing my face at TNSC. Let's go ahead and respond. I have no issue with that. Rather than being mad at me ditching, you should compliment Jun-chan's progress. At the end, we'll decide who's better in a direct challenge. That'd be funny. We're gonna get a bad ending for that. I don't know why. Okay. I'm just gonna go to Erase General Store. Wait, am I only on the outside of it? No, I don't get to go inside. Aruo. Certainly it wouldn't be here. Now we know they'll pull bullshit, like only giving you half of the fucking power button. I gotta be on the lookout. I suppose it could be Kimijima Ko's house. I suppose it could be. Maybe not. It's not Kimijima Ko's house. I really just had to brute force this shit. The other one is already at the rocks. No way they do that again. Is it Frau Residence? Put it in an abandoned hotel? That would be some #1 bullshit if they did that. They went. I mean, this is a new area, but like, they wouldn't put it here, just in like some unimportant fucking field, would they? Gosh, that looks so suspicious. In the clouds. I got nothing, dog. Not here. Nagahama Coast. Shontanagashima High. They wouldn't put it back in here. That would be stupid, right? Maybe that's a trip up. They put it in a place you've already been. How they get you. Man. Hold on, checking something. I really hope it's not random bullshit. I would cry. I mean, why not Uchiha? Oh, I guess. We have a different perspective this time. Not the inside of the community center. Watch rockets soar. National 100% developed, domestically produced liquid fuel rocket. Yeah, produced by NAS, but in operation 1994 to 1999. I feel like Uchigalka Park wouldn't be a bad place to put it. But man. If there's any odd geometry, I need to be on the lookout for that. I'm like, hey, that looks like just random colors overlapping, and you know it's probably a power button distorting it. Last time I did this, how long did it take me? Kaito residence. Hospital didn't have anything last time. So maybe they would put it here. There's just no significance to the hospital, as far as I know. Or oh, the illness that the Irie had. Maybe the hospital has some relation to Kimijima-ko in his sort of. Oh! Okay, I just made a connection in my head. So you know how Irie uses the doors, which are the Kimijima reports, to see the world, or to travel in like a radius around? That makes sense, because Irie, I believe, I don't know if he actually incorporated this, but he was like, Irie was made so that I need a way to specify. Irie the AI was made so that Irie the real person could explore the world, hence why they're at sightseeing spots. Okay. Space Science Museum. This is where you can watch rockets fly, so this would be a significant place to put it. This is not a sightseeing spot. It doesn't make any sense. Nagahama Coast. Didn't have anything. So it might be here. In fact, it's very likely. I guess this isn't a big enough of a sightseeing spot. They won't put it back here, would they? That would be stupid. Because this is where the last one was. It's giving me the option to be here, so I can't write it off. When was the last time I was at Cape Katakura for? Misaki. Shrine deity. She was named after the shrine deity. I see it. Okay. We found it. That didn't take as long as last time. Okay. We're gonna read this report, and then I'll probably end the episode there. Let's go for it. Wait, I don't even know if we read anything. I might just trigger the dispersal thing. So this is where he hit it. There's a small park in Cape Katakura with a monument commemorating the arrival of firearms on the island. Way in the back is the old gate and an unattended shrine. There's a viewing platform for tourists, but there's not much to see, so the foot traffic is low.
これが
This is
7
the
つ目
7th report. I didn't think I'd find it today.
君島レポートナンバー7のダウンロードを開始します。
Beginning download of Kimishima report number 7.
あ、待ったちょっと待った
Oh, wait, stop. I hurriedly stopped Sister Centipede.
ゲージね、聞きたいんだ
I've
けど
been meaning to ask you.
この7つ目を解
If
放
I
すれ
unlock
ば
the 7th
その情
report,
報は世
the
界に
data
発
from the
信され
reports
る
will be spread
嘘
around
で
the
しょ
world, right? That's what's written at the end of the report number 6. Report number 7 is the key to distributing the reports worldwide. It's terrifying info that only I have access to on Tanegashima. We spread all over the world via Iruo.
それってどのタイミングで
How
拡
does the
散される
timing
わ
work?
け
Do the files go out once I download the report?
それともも
Or
っと
does it
別の
work
タイミング
differently?
ダウンロード後に
It's appropriate to assume that it would occur after downloading and opening the file in the application.
ああ、そう。じゃあ
Okay,
とりあ
got
え
it.
ずダウンロード開始
Start the download. Start the download, but do not open, I guess. Discover every Kimishima report achievement. Now, what should I do? So I haven't really figured that out. There's lots of pondering over it, but I still haven't found an answer yet. Is this going to be a decision I have to make that's going to affect the story? Kimishima report number 7 is in my hands right now. Is it okay? Is it really okay to release the stuff to the public? Like the report said, once the ball starts rolling, there's no stopping it. The info will take on a life of its own. Billions of people will read it, and it'll be analyzed from every angle imaginable. It take no time at all for people to figure out that I'm the source. People around the world hold different values. For every grateful person, there'll be someone who condemns me for the chaos. If I distribute the files right now, I doubt the expo will go untouched. We might not get to go.
アキちゃんに怒られちゃうな
Tron would be really upset. Maybe I should have quit the robotics club. But this is Akio we're talking about. She would never accept that. Crap, I'm going in circles once again. I'm not even remotely prepared for this right now. There's too much I'd have to throw away if I release this to the public. I'm also not going to come to an answer just by sitting here. If another solar storm arrived and wide-scale terrorism broke out because it took my time, I don't think I could live with the regret.
君島こうも
What
やっ
have
て
you
く
got
れ
me
る
into,
よ
Kimishima Ko?
厄介な役目を
Way to
俺に
leave
押し
me
付
with
けて
all
く
the
れちゃって
heavy lifting.
悩む必要なんてないさ
You don't need to worry about a thing. Sudden voice coming from behind me nearly gave me a heart attack. I turn around to face the voice, and appearing from the shade of the trees is the very person I tried to see this morning.
水香さん
When did she get there? The cape hasn't been maintained properly for at least 7 to 8 years. So the trees are overgrown and full of blind spots. That's why she really wanted to hide from me. I never would have noticed her. That doesn't matter. Everything's fine. How long has she been hiding there and why? It's as though she knew I'd come here. That's impossible. I came after searching blindly for the last report. It's pure coincidence I found the Kimijima report here. I might not have even come here today. So why is Mizuka-san acting like it's obvious that I'd be here? Or maybe, she wasn't waiting for me, she was following me.
今すぐ手を引くんだ。
Kai, you have to back out of this now.
どういうこと？
What do you mean?
どうもこうもない。
Exactly what I just said.
そのままの意味で
Nothing more, nothing less.
君島レポートは
Under no circumstances can you come in contact with the reports. They're a curse. From Juno's perspective. Model 2-chan stands on the wide runway. She's been walking and dancing around since this morning. The sky stretches as far as the eye can see. The giant robot underneath it. I'm operating her at the moment. I feel like she's having a blast and it makes me happy too. When we were still performing tests at the TNSC, I felt a little cramped because we were indoors. I'm actually pretty glad we moved locations, though I could never say that to Akio-chan. Oh, yowza. Akio-chan is nearly blown away by a gust of wind. She hurriedly holds down the hem of her skirt. It's been like this today since the morning. The wind is really strong. The runway is completely clear, so you feel it even more. I'm going to change into my work clothes. Are you gals okay? I'm wearing leggings, so I just want to go home. Oh, Kishiro-san, your underwear is showing again. Subaru, you better not be looking.
見てませんよ。
I'm not. What utter nonsense. Hidaka's Coombs is facing away the whole time. I'm really grateful for how considerate he's being. But he's still embarrassing. I may be wearing leggings, but it doesn't make it any less embarrassing when a skirt flares up. Well, too, Chan isn't wearing a skirt, so she's fine. Yeah, Model 2 Chan is butt-ass naked. By the way, in my mind, Model 1 Kun is a boy, Model 2 Chan is a girl. I decided that on my own. Model 1 Kun is built big and bulky, thick frame, so he's more like a boy. Model 2 Chan is more of a slender figure with legs that are even slimmer than mine. Slimmer than your... Damn, okay. Most importantly, she moves like me. I kind of think of her as another me. Oh, that's fair. So it would be a problem if she wasn't a girl. After making amends to Grandpa Fujita, I started seeing robots as our friends. Because of that, I'm not scared of them anymore. Lately, Grandpa Fujita has been putting the old robots outside of his store on the weekends. The neighborhood children come over to play all the time now. Grandpa's regained his passion for robots and started making all sorts of weird things. He doesn't really tend to visitors, so I end up watching the kids and taking care of the robots, even controlling them myself sometimes. I'm honestly pretty happy that this is the new normal. Alright, sorry Kane, continue the test. Akio runs off towards a hangar to change her clothes, but it's more like she's speed walking.
では続けます。
Right, let's continue. Yaku-kun points the laser mount towards Model 2 Chan. He's on laser duty for the day, mostly because Yashu-kun isn't here.
全身での往復。
Advance and
それから
return,
カニ歩き。
then crab
そ
walk.
れぞれ
Do
10回
each
1セッ
10
ト
times for one set. I nod and input the commands into the Pokecom I'm holding. I fix my gaze firmly on Model 2 Chan. This is the key to skillfully operating here, just like Yashio-kun taught me. I'm used to always looking at my Pokecom every time I try to make her move. Thanks to Yashio-kun's advice, I've gotten pretty used to controlling her. Not that I don't still make a bunch of input mistakes. But I'll definitely have it down completely by the time the expo rolls around. Because I have a job lined up, I might not be able to go to the expo much, but I still want to help out when I can. Another strong gust of wind blows by. A cold breeze carrying the scent of the ocean. It feels like my entire body's about to get blown into the sky. My hair's a total mess now. I've only given up on trying to fix it. Because I'm holding my Pokecon with both hands, I can't keep the hem of my skirt down. Thank goodness for these leggings. But it's still embarrassing. After enduring the gust of wind, I returned my eyes to Malatutron. The upper body's wobbling and shaking. She's not going to fall over, right? It's making me feel kind of uneasy. When I was little, I got pinned under Yoshiro-kun, a robot Grandpa Fujita built. And because of that, I spent 10 years hating robots. I love Yoshiro-kun now, but despite that, every once in a while I get flashes of those memories. And whenever they come up, I find myself trembling. Just imagine Malatutron falling over on me makes me go cold. She's so much bigger than Yoshiro-kun. Yeah, you'd die. Like, I would just get injured. Yeah, I'd die. But everything should be fine with Kojiro-san's auto balancer doing its thing. Please don't fall over. I go back to inputting commands. Malatutron's leg movement is a little awkward. The start of her motion has been a little weird since this morning. It didn't feel this way when we were at the TNSC. It's slower than usual, only by a little, probably because of the wind. And it's not a command input miss on my end. It's after the walking motion starts in the middle, it feels like something's getting caught on something else. It is because of the surface of the runway? The testing grounds at Space Center had a clean, flat floor. There's a slight incline here. The surface hasn't been maintained in close to 15 years, so the asphalt is all cracked and rough. That's probably what's causing this. Oh, I hope it's not a monopole issue. Maybe I should report to Hidaka-kun Akio-chan just in case. That's a good idea. Send that my eyes meet with Hidaka-kun. Daitoku-senpai.
聞いてるんですか
Are you listening?
もしかして
Were you talking
私のこと呼
to
ん
me?
でた
I was certainly trying to. Hidaka-kun answers while looking away. Ah, I screwed up again.
ごめんね
I'm sorry, was too focused on operating the robot. Did I make him angry? So what is it?
テストが終わったら機体を整備するの
Once we finish these tests, we'll be doing
試
maintenance.
作2号機は滑走路から出し
Please
て
move prototype molecule off the runway and into the garage.
わかった
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, that's all? I was bracing myself to get lectured. Dr. Kun's the second year, but he's always lecturing
どう
Akio-chan.
ぞ続けて
Please continue. Okay. Osu. I missed my chance to mention the leg problem.
つか
Isn't it cold?
寒くね
God, I wish I was
どっかの男子
a
は
boy
後
would
ろから
come and
抱きしめ
embrace me from
温め
behind.
てくれたりする
He'd
べきな
have to be
情報
naked to give me the most heat, though. That's just common sense.
だがメガネて
But
めえは
not
ダメ
you,
だ
Four Eyes.
まあ実
Well,
際
if you
に
did
やれ
do
ば
it, I'll hold a sexual harassment charge over your head to
全力で
blackmail
追い
you.
込みますけど
Then you do whatever I want.
何が言いたいんだ
What exactly is it you're trying to say?
すごく寒いで
It's
す
very cold. Brr.
もう少し我慢してくれ
Deal with it just for a little longer. You have any other complaints? Feel free to issue them towards Yashio-senpai. Skipped out today.
むしろメガネ君は
Actually, you complain instead. Now. What?
あのダメ先輩を
Just lay into that
名前とかで
impertinent
叱って
senpai of
お仕
yours
置き
and
タイムになだれ
punish
込むべ
him
き
deep and hard.
も
Damn.
ちろん敬語攻めの一択な
You have to be
これ
ultra
やるとや
polite
らないと
before
じゃ
you do
全
it.
然違うんで
It makes a huge difference.
やっぱメガ
I
ネ
knew
先輩
Aisen was the way to
いや
go.
認め
I
ない
won't accept any objections.
メガセンって
What exactly does Aisen mean?
メガネヤシオ先輩の略以
First,
外
to
に
you and
何がある
Yashio-senpai.
というのか
What else would it mean?
生命がわちゃと
Sen I is heresy for a time. I thought that could work, but
深い意味は聞くな
don't ask for details. As always, Kojiro-san speaks in the alien language. You know, Dr. Kun doesn't understand what she's saying.
大徳先輩
Hey, senpai. Your hands have stopped. That stretch. Oh, sorry. I hurriedly resumed inputting commands. It happened again. She's getting caught up when she moves. I can't shake off the sense of discomfort. But how do I put it into words? Just saying something feels off isn't enough. I wish Yashio-kun was here, then we could discuss things as fellow operators. Stop it, Juna. You can't just ignore this feeling. That's the whole point of these tests. I'll say it. I'll tell Hidaka-kun. If I'm just imagining things, he might get mad at me.
あの
はい
Yes? Dr. shoots me a glance.
ちょっとその
There's a little,
何です？
a what?
私の気のせい
This might just be my imagination, but
回りくどい言い方は
just
やめ
not
てく
being
ださい。
around the bush.
報告なら
You
簡
got
潔
something
にお
to
願いし
report,
ます
keep it brief.
雑談ならするつもりは
I'm
な
not
い。
here to chat, so please focus on the test. You wanted to make eye contact with me. I'm already falling apart. I hope Akio-chan gets back soon. No, what am I doing? I'm relying on other people again. That's exactly why I never produced any results in karate. Find the courage, Juna. Decide you were going to change when you made amends with Grandpa
日
Fujita.
高くん
Daka-kun,
何ですか？
what is it?
そんな
Can
嫌そうな顔
can you stop looking so upset with me?
日高くんが私の
If you
こと
don't like me,
嫌いなのは
then that makes
しょうがないけど
sense, but
ちゃんと
But I
こっち
want you
見て
to at least look at me when we talk. Shiver starts hurriedly adjusting his glasses. What's wrong?
別に
I don't dislike you or anything like that. In other words, you like her. Piss off and die, normies.
なんでそうなる？
Stop jumping to conclusions.
そうじゃなくて
That's not what I
女子
mean.
と話すのは
I'm just bad at talking to girls.
特に大徳先輩は
Especially you, Daitoku Senpai. You're the most girly person here.
女子
I'm girly?
つまりむっつりなんですね。
In other words, you're shy. I get it.
うるさいぞブルゴーイ
Shut it for Gory. Dr. Kun's as irritated as always. Hasu doesn't dislike me. Just hearing that makes me feel a little better. I always thought of Dr. Kun as some kind of perfect Superman, but even he has his flaws. Think of it that way, he comes off like a younger boy trying to act mature. In that sense, he's a little like my little brothers. Feel a sense of closeness with him. As a striker, I really should have talked to him about this a long time ago. But thanks to what happened, I feel more comfortable talking to him now.
2号機ちゃんだけどね歩くとき
I get this weird feeling when Malatuchon walks.
違和感
A weird feeling. Dr. Kun's expression suddenly changes. He removes the laser and placement alignment. From the parabolic antenna and prepares to listen to me. He looks me straight in the eyes.
詳しく聞かせてください
Please tell me the details.
本当にちょっとだけの
It's a really tiny little feeling.
もしかしたらここの地面が
It might just be because
してるからだ
the
け
ground here is rough.
いいから本題を
Let's just get
違
to
和
the
感と
point.
いうのは
Tell me
具
about
体的
this
には
weird
どんな
feeling.
足を動かすときに
After the leg starts
動作を
moving,
始めた後
there's a second where it feels like it sort of locks up. I can't really put it into words very well. I'll just
いえ
don't
そういう
worry
ことは
about
も
it.
っと
Next
早め
time
に
it
言ってくだ
happens,
さい
please let me know
かなり
ASAP. This is very important.
ごめんね
Sorry. Oh my god.
モーターのギア
A
が
motor gear could be damaged, or maybe the tip of the foot is simply getting caught on the ground.
原因について
I'll
は
need to
実際に
inspect
見て
it
みる
myself to know for sure. God, performing maintenance on that robot sounds like hell. Huh? I guess it's good that we made spares. Akio-chan comes jogging back in her new clothes. Short sleeves on a day like this? Isn't she cold?
守備はもうテストは
What's
全部
up?
終わったの
He's not moving
終わ
anymore?
ってるけど
Are you done with the test?
それは
That's, feels like I'm getting in the way of the test. I consider apologizing to Hidaka-kun, but he speaks before I can.
部長レーザー銃座の操作お願いできますか
Surprise, could you handle operating the laser emplacement?
いいけど
I'm sure, but
大徳先輩の指摘が気になります
I'm curious about what Daitoku Senpai pointed out.
僕が足元で見てますんで
I'll go watch from
もう
up
一度動かし
close.
てもらっていいです
Could
か
you move it again? Dr. Kun says we're running off towards Malatu-chan. Doji-san said that while testing, we should stay at least 10 meters away from Malatu-chan. When we worked at the TNSC, we always made sure to follow this rule. It's been a long time since we were back in the hangar, and we're also absorbed in making our new friend Malatu-chan walk. We're getting careless. There are no adults around. Not our supervisor Tenoji-san, not our advisor Mr. Naga Fukada. No Grandpa Fujita is scoleless for sloppiness. No adults at all. The only people at the airport are us kids who know nothing of how the world really works. That's why, when that happened, it might have been inevitable. The leg broke and fell on him? Move it, please. Sadaka stands to the feet of Model 2 Tron, then turns and waves both arms at us. Sends the situation to Akiho. On Hidaka couldn't signal, I input the command. Her activation is slow again. I'm certain I input the command properly.
確かにちょっとカクンって
It probably made some kind of clonk just now,
でしょ
right?
電力不足か
Is it a lack of power?
システムは正常
All
だわ
systems are green. Hidaka can use both arms to indicate us to make it walk again. Hidaka-kun should really move away from the robot.
危ないよ
It's dangerous. So I say, but instead of mentioning to him to do so, I just make the robot move forward. Hidaka-kun has a serious expression on his face as he observes Model 2 Tron's leg while it moves.
なんかわかった
Do you see anything? Electron's words are drowned out by powerful gusts of wind, so you likely didn't hear her. Maybe we should stop for now.
またフォト
Another bug.
さすが
I'm
に
getting
手
kind
乗
of
りだわ
tired of him.
やっぱりメカに
For one,
詳し
we
い
had
人が
one
も
more
う一
person
人
who
ぐらい
knew a
欲しい
lot
よ
about mechs.
スバルだって学校あるし
Subaru has school
ど
and
こも
Doc is
なんだか
still
んだで
healing
宮
up,
割りで無理させられ
so
な
we
いし
can't push him too much.
どこかに専属のメカ
Are
ニッ
there
ク
any
になって
skilled
くれる
people
優
out
秀
there
な人
who'd
いない
like
か
to
な
be our exclusive mechanic? Darkin continues to show no sign of backing away from the robot. This time he sends me a signal to make it turn on the spot. While Tucson is already almost 50 meters away from me. I guess he wants me to make it turn and head back this way. The turn command isn't like the advanced command. It requires 4 well-timed presses. The same button for a 90-degree turn. A 180-degree turn requires doing the turn command twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tap away at the Pokecom screen. While Tucson takes small steps slowly, starts to face me. Just another strong gust of wind blows across the runway. So strong I nearly fall over. Did the wind blow like something into the joint, causing it to lock up? I can't help but close my eyes and crouch low to the ground. Kojiro-san falls over and lands on the ground with her butt in the air. And her pants are totally exploded. She needs to hurry up and cover herself. But I shouldn't have been so focused. Oh, the robot's falling over! That moment, I failed to do as Yashikuna said.
どっちつかずで視線がぶれると
You're so
急な
indecisive
事態に対
with
処
where
でき
to
ないよ
look. You're not going to be able to react in time should an unexpected situation suddenly pop up. Take my eyes off Model 2 Chan. Look out! Hearing Akio scream, I quickly turned back to Model 2 Chan. All 8 meters of her body are leaning at an unnatural angle. Uh-oh. He's about to get Juna'd. Everything goes white. Was she hit by a gust of wind while turning? Or did something break? I don't know, but with the dust-covered skies, the backdrop, Model 2 Tron seemingly in slow motion begins to topple over. And below her was... Oh, fuck! Ah! Ah! Oh my lord. Okay. To be fair, Subaru, that was stupid. You should not be in front of the walking robot. You're a dumbass. But fuck! Oh my lord. This could have been so avoided. This is real bad. And she crashes down. No, I'm gonna be honest. This was so fucking avoidable and is low-key 100% Subaru's fault. You should not be in front of that walking robot. Akio-chan dashes toward Model 2-chan after she collapses.
救急車
I'm
救急
calling
車
an ambulance. Despite her confusion, Kojiro-san is trying to call for help. Despite her confusion, Kojiro-san is trying to call for help on her Pokecom, but me? I can't move. Where's Hidaka-kun? What happened to him? I can't see him. I don't see him anywhere. All I see on the runway is the class Model 2-chan. Wait, what? There's no sign of Hidaka-kun anywhere?
そんな私
I did this. Please be safe. Please be okay. I don't care if you have to take my life instead. As I pray to the powers that be, I'm terrified. I'm utterly terrified. I can't move. My body sinks to the ground. All I can do is wrap my arms around myself as I tremble so hard that it feels like I'm having a seizure. The sound of waves resounds faintly from below the cliffs. I still think there was no fucking excuse for Subaru to be where he was. Where'd E-Ray go? She's not even calling back. I can't pick up the proteins I ordered with an IOU. And we show too bad. The wind is strong today. Eskun, June for about change. Everyone showed up protesting. We are united. Kai, you're the only one who hasn't changed. It's cold. I want to go home. I'm gonna cough out blood from all the excitement about Tanagashi x Yakushima. The sound of waves resounds faintly from below the cliffs. There's nobody else here. The only living people around are me and Mizuka-san. We're glaring at each other. Mizuka-san knows something. The mere minute conversation of ours confirmed it all. Mizuka-san says it's a curse. She caught me completely off guard saying that. I'm trying to calm my heart rate, brace myself to run away at a moment's notice, and try making a smile. A curse? Kinda unscientific, no? I didn't think you were into the occult. Don't play dumb. I'm being serious. Whoa, scary. My armpits are already starting to sweat. I'm even more nervous than I thought. Feels like I'm a rabbit getting stared down by a fox. As far as I'm concerned, there are two older women in this world I never want to make my enemy. Misani and Mizuka-san. I don't stand a chance against them. I have no idea what she's thinking. I'm incredibly confused. We go way back, and yeah, I've never seen her make that face before. But if I shut up and do as she says, nothing gets solved. I would never know the truth. I can't back down from this. Now that we're facing each other, I gotta go for it. I know you have Kimijima report number 1, Mizuka-san. Please answer me. Are you my friend? Or my enemy? Mizuka-san lets out a troubled sigh. Do you think... Oh, is the implication that Mizuka is working with Misani, and Misani is fully compromised, which means Mizuka is fully compromised? They all want to make sure the secret doesn't get out. Mizuka-san lets out a troubled sigh. You may learn something you wish you hadn't. What's she talking about? This isn't just your problem. Something that's been kept hidden for over 10 years may come to light. So you are hiding something. It sounds like whatever that is, you don't want me or the world to know. Yeah, that's right. Mizuka-san doesn't hesitate and speaks clearly. I wish I could have lived a simple life, like you or Aki. This world is more ugly and foul than you think. But even in that world, there are people doing their best just to live their lives. Do you get it, Kai? You have to back out of this. There's beating around the bush, Mizuka-san. That's not enough to convince me to do anything. We're talking about genocide on a worldwide scale. You have some sort of card you can play that'll get me to turn my back on that. You need to play it. I swallowed back my breath. Blue, I was really forcing myself to play tough just now. Did it work? Your move, Mizuka-san. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if she whipped out a gun and shot me in the forehead right now. That's how intense her aura feels to me. Say something, Mizuka-san. I can't endure this silence. Nothing in KB prepared me for this kind of tension. Mizuka-san, don't tell me you're from the Committee of 300 or the Tavistock Institute. Am I wrong? Looks like she didn't understand my question. She looks confused. She doesn't appear to be acting. You didn't come here to kill me? Kill you? Me? How stupid are you? then
あんたは宝探しのつ
you
もり
might
か
think
も
this
しれ
is
な
some
いけ
kind
ど
of fun treasure hunt.
それによって古傷をえぐられる人間
But
も
you're
いる
opening
っ
up
て
an
話
old
さ
wounds, Kai.
さっきからそう言ってんだ
That's what I've
ろ
been trying to tell you from the start. Conversation isn't lining up. Listening to her, it sounds like
誰かをかばってるみたいに聞
sounds
こ
like
え
you're
る
trying to protect someone. Is it Misani? I get the feeling the wounds she's talking about aren't her own.
誰をかばってるわけ
Is it Irie?
それをあんたには教えたく
Trying to
ないから
stop you
こ
because
うして止めてるん
I
だ
don't want you to know.
つまり俺も知っ
Which
てる誰
means
かってこ
it's
とにな
someone
る
I know.
俺と水香さん
It's
共通
someone we
の知り
both
合いとなる
know
と
that
随分
narrows down
絞
the
られてくる
options quite a bit. Mizusan clicks her tongue in response. Kai,
カイ
I don't want to talk about
これ以
this
上
any
あんたに
further.
話したくない
Just listen to what I'm
いいから言
telling
うこと
you.
聞きな
それは俺に対しての頼み
Is that a request?
言うこと聞かせたいならまず俺と
Gotta
勝
beat
負
me
し
in
て
a
勝つ
match.
ことだね
Then, is she Tagirin? I attempt at challenging all sorts of means in which to push myself forward. Don't get scared. If you back down, it's
も
over.
ちろん勝負の内容はキルバラ俺
Of
の土俵
course,
に上がって
that'll
きて
be
も
in Kill Ballad.
それとも例のゲロマズパッシ
Or
ョン
will
フ
you
ルーツ
tell
マ
me
ンを1個
everything
食べ
you
れば
know if I
水
eat
香さんの持ってる
one
情
of
報を
those
洗いざらい
revolting
話してくれる
passion
わけ
fruit buns?
いい加減にしな
Knock it off.
ガキの遊びじゃないん
This
だ
isn't
よ
some game.
それはこっちも同じだ
I could say the same to you. I falter a bit from the immense pressure coming off of Mizuka-san as I frantically respond to her
水
words.
香さんが全部話してくれるなら
If you tell me
そっちの
everything,
要求に乗って
I
もいい
wouldn't
けど
mind
さ
doing as you say.
だからカイには話したくない
I
って
don't want to tell you, Kai. It's Kogma Kogma? I think that's what it's called? Unexpectedly, far too suddenly, a melody begins to play out in the tranquil little park. The sound quality is very low.
何さこの音
Is it the rocket launch?
カゴメカゴメ
Kagome Kagome. It's playing from both of our Pokecoms. It's happening again. This isn't the first time. An indiscriminate transmission, forcibly sent to everyone's Pokecom in a specific area, and regardless of your ringtone settings, it always plays the Kagome Kagome melody upon arrival. If you answer the call, you hear the fax line transmission sound, a strange high frequency. The Kimijima reports warned of the Kagome Kagome melody, but nowhere was it written who was sending it nor the intentions of the sender. Is this Mizuka-san's doing? She looks just as confused as I am. She takes out her Pokecom, looks at the monitor like she's seen a ghost.
誰からの電話か
Do you know who's calling? I shake my head. Mizuka-san doesn't know. Was it sheer coincidence that it rang at this time?
ゲジネ
Sister Centipede. I call out to Sister Centipede.
ヤシオさん
Yes, Yashio-san.
このカゴメカゴメの
Can
発
you
信先
identify
を
the
特定
source
で
of
きない
Kagome Kagome melody?
不可能です
Impossible.
ゲシネの能力は
Sister
通信
Centipede's
傍受でもな
function
く
do
特定
not
のキーワ
include
ードを
call
検索して
interception.
無差別に
I can
それに
search for
関連する
keywords
情報を
and
収集
collect
すること
related
である
info. Damn it, useless. I give up on trying to go through Sister Centipede just as I'm thinking of what to do next.
誰
Who is it? Mizuka-san answers the call. A painful noise comes out of her Pokecom. Despite standing a ways away, it's loud enough for me to hear it clearly.
この音
What's this noise?
水香さん電話切って
Son, hang up. It's so unpleasant that I instantly cover my ears with both hands. She cuts the call and the sound stops. Silence returns to the area. Feeling relieved to sit down on a nearby bench and catch my breath.
何だったんだ
What was that? Ignoring me, Mizuka-san turns away and starts walking slowly but awkwardly. The park at Cape Katakura is on the top of a cliff. Someone hijack it? Is she gonna walk off the cliff? There's waist height fencing, and beyond that is the cliff. She's heading towards the fencing. Don't tell me she's trying to run.
水香さん
Mizuka-san,
まだこっちの
we're not
話は
finished
終わって
talking
な
yet.
い
Mizuka-san doesn't even attempt to answer me. For some reason, she's hitting her HUG and twisting her waist around as she keeps walking towards the fencing.
聞いてる
Are you listening?
なんだこれ
What's going on?
なんで急に
What's it doing? She's acting strange.
どうしたの
Hey, something wrong?
カイ
はい
悪いけどさ
Sorry, but
手貸
could
して
you
く
lend
んな
me a
い
hand?
なんかこいつ具合が悪
The
い
damn
みたい
thing
なんで
seems to be acting up. I immediately recognize what she's referring to. Then I realize Mizuka-san's forehead is covered in sweat. She's smiling, but her face is incredibly stained, like she's doing her best to put on a brave face. Even though she's looked so calm and collected before.
どうしたんだよ。
What's going on?
止まらないんだ。
It won't stop.
止まらない？
What? I don't immediately understand what she's saying. How do you
もし
not?
かして俺を
What are
担い
you
で
pulling here? The fencing doesn't cover the entire cliff. In fact, there are gaps all over. If she keeps going, she's going to walk through one of those gaps and take a dive right off the cliff. I don't think this is a joke. No shit. Izuka-san suddenly bends her waist and plants her hands down as she's walking on all fours. I hardly believe what I'm seeing. Despite planting her hands firmly on the ground, her legs keep moving forward.
なんだよこれ。
What's going on? She pitches forward to the point where she could fall. Do something! Yet she still doesn't stop moving. It's like her legs have a mind of their own. Her legs.
水香さん、捕まって。
Izuka-san, hold on. That took you long enough. So I snap to my senses, run over to her and grab her arms. Izuka-san grabs onto my body.
カイ、離すなよ。
Hi. Don't let go. She's pulling onto this absurd amount of force. I'm trying to brace my legs, and I'm still getting dragged along.
まさか。
No, has it gone berserk? That's right. HUG is going berserk was a hot topic last year. Cindy and her superiors held media conferences and everything. People who are wearing rampaging HUGs often look like they're dancing, leading it to be dubbed the HUG dance by people online. According to witness testimony, almost like the HUG were deliberately rebelling against their masters. The person being dragged along looked like a dancing puppet. The same thing's happening here.
ハグの電源切って。
Cut the power.
やってるけど
I'm trying,
ダメなんだ
but
よ。
it's not working. HUG has immense strength. Even two of us together can't stop it. Despite its primary role being a medical assistance, it's far stronger than any human. I have my feet planted firmly, yet I still can't stop it from taking step after step towards the cliff. In that case,
倒すよ。
I'll knock them down. I judo sweep Mizuka's legs near the Achilles tendon and forcibly knock her
これ
down.
なら大丈夫でしょ。
There we go. Mizuka-san's soaked in sweat. Her breathing is incredibly heavy. She was likely using all her strength to fight against the rampaging HUG.
助かったよ。
You're a lifesaver, Kai.
まず
First,
外し
let's
まおう。
get this thing off in. Mid-speech, Mizuka-san's body defies gravity, so he springs back up. Despite being on top of her, the force is enough to send me flying. There's no way that just happened. It's impossible. With only the strength of her legs, she flung me off despite me weighing over 50 kilograms and stood back upright. Sprawling up is literally the only way to describe what just happened. Normally, when you get off the ground, you support your body with your hands, so that's not what she did. Mizuka-san has gone limp. Her body is bent backwards in the shape of a bow. She's coughing up blood. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I hurry to my feet and latch on Mizuka-san.
しっかり。
Hold on. Mizuka-san's eyes were vacant. I was right up next to her when she got up, and I heard what sounded like bones snapping. She may have broken her spine. Okay, what do I do? Is there no emergency stop button on this thing? Mizuka's legs continue to move forward directly for the cliff. This is unreal. It's like some third-rate horror film from half a century ago. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's like the HUG is trying to kill Mizuka-san. This thing isn't just on a rampage. It's out to kill. I can sense killing intent from this goddamn thing. It's not there's no way it can move like this. I don't understand such terrain is intentionally trying to squeeze through her gaps and drop her off the cliff. Mizuka-san, don't give up. What can I do? How can I save her from this? I lower my body and crouch all the way down to brace my legs, but I just get dragged along like it's nothing. There's gotta be a way to get this HUG off. I tried detaching HUB band, securing it to Mizuka-san's legs. I just have to get the buckles off. Mizuka-san keeps moving, and I'm panicking too hard. I can't undo them. My left leg suddenly loses its power. We're already at the edge of the cliff. My left leg is hanging in midair. Mizuka-san is barely standing on the edge with my right foot planted behind her. If she takes one more step, we're both gonna fall. Kai,
もういい
it's okay.
離せ
Let go. Her voice weak. Mizuka-san says something unbelievable.
離
I
せるわけ
can't
ないだろ
let you go.
そんなことしたら
If I do,
死んじゃうじゃないか
you'll die.
やろう
You dumbass. She shoves her elbow in my face.
このままだと
If you don't let go,
道連れだろ
you'll fall too.
巻き
I
込める
can't
かよ
drag you into this.
そうだ
Wait, I know. I'll call Misuni.
これも
This must be
罰
my punishment.
かもね
何の
What the
話
hell
だ
are
よ
you talking about?
結局さ
In the end,
私は
all I could do
見て見ぬ
was look
ふりを
away
することしか
and pretend like nothing was wrong.
それ
I don't know
がどうか
if that was the right
今
thing to do. Even now. She elbows me hard in the jaw. The impact makes my vision go white for a moment as all the strength leaves my body. Staggered, I give a firm press to the chest.
水か
Mizuka-san, as I fall into my back, I still try to reach out for her, but
なあカイ知らないままでいる方がさ
sometimes ignorance
幸せなこ
is
とも
bliss.
あるだろ
My hand doesn't reach
う
her,
だから私が見たことは
so I'll be taking what I saw
墓場まで持っていく
to the grave.
これが私な
I
りの
guess this is
友情
one way of proving
なのかもね
my friendship. Mizuka-san's smiling. The edges of her mouth are stained red with blood. At the cliff directly in front of her, she turns her head to look back at me. Despite the intense pain she's going through, she manages to force herself to smile.
もしミサ
If
に
you
会うこと
happen
があ
to
ったら
see Misa,
こいつを
tell
プレゼン
her
トしてくれて
thank you
ありがとうって伝えといて
for the HUG. It makes no sense. This is too much.
こいつのおかげで私は
Thanks to this,
私はさ
that I... Mizuka-san smiles. One leg is already taking a step forward off the cliff.
この2年
That I was able to
事故前
live
とほとんど
pretty
変わらない
normal
生
life
活
for these last 2 years
遅れたから
since the accident. Despite not wanting to die, she takes a step forward to her death.
だから
That's why she steps into the empty air. Tell her
ありがとう
thanks
って
for me. And then, Mizuka-san's body disappears from my line of sight.
嘘でしょ
This can't be real.
なんで
I don't know why.
あ
Why,
あ水川
Mizuka-san?
さん水川さん
I call out to her, but there's no reply. Panic, I crawl out to the edge of the cliff and look down, only to be met with the image of Mizuka-san lying face down in the rocks below. She's dead. Mizuka-san is dead. Despite despair overwhelming me, I whip out my Pokecom, call for an
君
ambulance.
島レポートナンバー7
Download of Kimijima Report number
完了
7
しました
is complete. How could she act like nothing just happened? I pray as I call for an ambulance. Quick, please come, quick. Please, someone save Mizuka-san. My heart feels like it's being squeezed tightly, like someone's crushing it with their bare hands. Like I'm about to have an attack. It goes without saying why. I bite my lip and wait for the call to connect. Just hold on, Kaito. Hold it off for just a little bit longer. And we're going to end the episode there. Thanks for watching. I'll be back probably around 7 or 8. Goodbye.